What's up, guys?
What's up, guys? We're back
With
a really scuffed setup. Let me just say.
Yeah, we're doing our best here.
Is this not why?
It's no way. It's doing it again.
Wait.
Good work, man. We're doing our best over here.
Listen, we tried.
Yeah. Okay. We laid out the tablecloth that you can totally notice.
You should see the rest of the whole fucking room. It looks probably okay, maybe from your perspective, besides the mess of cords over there. But like,
There's a flipped couch.
there's a flipped couch.
There's an extra table over there.
There's an extra table.
There's
There's a pile of clothes and a sword on the ground. The bed is completely covered in everything.
There's no chance of
There's
sleeping
boxes everywhere.
anywhere.
With the windows closed and it's getting hot in here and
Yeah.
there's no way of opening it.
Yeah, I could crawl.
You could crawl
Is
over
that
the
a good
pile
idea?
of things.
Should I do that? It's raining.
It's raining.
Probably not a good idea.
Fuck it, whatever.
Anyway, today we're discussing
The show,
the whole season.
the whole season of
Yeah.
7.
No. I had to think, like, was I wrong?
Season 8.
Man.
We're talking about season 8.
Yeah, before it's out.
Yeah.
Maybe actually not a bad idea. Do like a little, what do we think it's going to come?
We'll do that.
Whatever. Anyway,
coming
I think that comes up in one of our questions later.
Yeah, true.
Stay tuned for some
tuned.
comment questions.
Yeah, we have probably chapters all over through the video. So go into comments. Way down there.
If you go way down in the comments, it'll all be organized super nicely for you.
Yep.
If you just wanted to go look at our opinions on, how, yeah, I don't know. It didn't turn out very good. If you just want our opinions on one of the episodes or something, it's there. Go ahead.
Yeah, it'll be there. Just find it.
Yeah, it's really easy. It's
You
going
have
to be laid out
brains.
real nicely for you.
You have brains, don't you?
Yeah.
Attention
We
span.
assume that you guys have some form of intellect.
Yeah. Something. There's something going
Those
on.
who are commenting seem pretty smart. They say some really cool
They
stuff.
seem probably smarter than us, to be honest.
Yeah, honestly, they should be making the videos.
Yeah, you guys should be here instead of
Can
us.
you guys, just...
Yeah, get over it.
Hey, yeah, come here. Come here. Okay, yeah. So I guess we're just gonna kind of go through each episode.
Yeah, we might just ramble a bit. We didn't
Yeah.
really plan this out super well,
Yeah.
even though we've been playing it for weeks.
Yeah,
But,
it's kind of like I've been watching back some of the episodes and stuff and some of the main points.
Yep.
But it's going to be very chaotic.
I also realized as well that I have my notes list that I took on my phone.
Oh! Ah! Ow! We totally have a real camera. We're not using his phone, guys.
No, of course not.
Yeah.
My phone is just gone. Lost in a sewer on the way from coming back.
From
Recording
London
Arcane.
drugs.
What did you say?
Nothing.
Okay. Yeah, no, my phone is the camera.
Yeah.
So I cannot
So he
check my
cannot
notes.
look at his notes.
Doesn't matter. I have a brain.
Yeah, we have brain, and we can look at the awesome thumbnails and be
True.
like, "Oh right,
All right.
yeah,
That
we
happened.
wore shades that day."
Yeah. That was the only time we did that, the
Yeah,
first time.
it's kind of a silly little thing.
I guess this might also be a weird introspection on doing this YouTube stuff
Yeah.
in general.
Yeah.
Because we started with this.
Yeah,
This one, right here.
yeah, it's kind of weird to look back a little bit.
Yeah. I
Um,
do have like an old thumbnail, but I didn't put it in here. You don't want to see that.
It was rough,
It was rough.
but
I don't know
he's
what
really
it's
good at it now.
I think I've gotten pretty good.
You'll see, guys.
Yeah.
we got them all. It's gonna be
Yeah.
cool. Okay, so episode 1.
Episode 1, we had Star and Stripe.
Yeah, which we had no idea. Like that was such a shock
Yeah.
when she first showed up. We were just like, "Who is this?"
Yeah, I mean, they showed her a bit at the end of season 6,
Yeah.
which is cool. And then she was like, I'm going to do something. And we were like, I don't know what you're going to do.
Yeah,
And then
yeah.
she showed up and she sure did do something.
She just came in with like the most insane power.
Yeah.
And like she's just so cool. Like
She was so cool.
we had her for like a couple of the episodes in the beginning, I think. Like it was
She was only for 2 episodes.
wasn't it 2? Yeah,
Yeah.
I was gonna say.
Yeah.
And in that span, like we got like her whole depth and
Yeah.
she made an impact for sure.
Yeah, she was really cool. I'm sad that she is not here.
Yeah,
but
that wasn't obvious spoilers, it is. Like but
yeah, I mean, you're not.
yeah, you're not dumb.
We're circling back to the whole brain thing.
Yeah, you guys have those.
intellectual power. You should know.
It is crazy though to think like that was, episode 1 21 episodes ago, like
Yeah.
weeks and weeks, like months later,
Yeah.
and I still vividly remember the like her scenes where like the fucking
Right.
air clap and
Yeah, the air
and
clap.
like the big lightning beams
fucking
from the
beam,
lasers,
yeah.
like holy mackerel. Yeah, some of the visuals
Damn.
were super cool, and just remembering how her power works was so sick.
Yeah.
I don't think there was much like metaphors or symbolism that we can really talk about
All
there.
I can think of, I mean, it was mainly just like, let's have a battle. Let's start the season with the battle.
Let's just kick it off high impact.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, really. I think it did set up the stakes pretty well for the rest of
think
the
so.
season. Like, it was
Yeah.
like, okay, even like she's willing to totally lose her rank to come and handle this.
Yeah.
Like, obviously there was a personal side to it, but
Yeah.
you could just see that like even outside influence was being warranted by Shigaraki.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, All For One has, as we've seen, set up so many weird plays everywhere. He's got his little fucking creepy fingers and
Yeah,
everything.
he was kind of setting up like he had like goons in different countries, right?
Yeah.
Like he was like, okay, release it all so I can focus on this. So they're overwhelmed.
Yeah, and his whole idea was like, I don't want One For All and New Order to come into contact ever because I would die. And he was probably definitely right because he would die.
Yeah, and then he would have had to use his rewind thing too early, because we have to assume
Yeah.
he had that.
He would have had that, yeah, but
But
like, could he even have done anything with
maybe
that?
not. Maybe
Yeah.
not. We don't know.
I mean, it is interesting to think though because like she needs a name, but we don't actually know his name. So like,
Yeah. So how did that work?
oh
'Cause
no, she doesn't.
no, she
She
didn't.
doesn't need a name, right?
No, I thought she did. Because she when she said Shigaraki, it didn't work. Because it was actually All For One at that moment.
Yeah,
Isn't
but
that right?
like, yeah, but I mean, All For One has a name, right? He has a name, and then
Yeah.
he has his title, All For One.
Yeah.
But it's like if you refer to yourself and you like, if you see yourself as All For One and whatever his name is, like her power should work no matter what she calls out.
Oh, maybe.
The reason it didn't work on Shigaraki was because like they didn't know what he was.
Yeah.
like
it was
he didn't know what he was.
Yeah. Like they were confused on who they were as a
Yeah.
as a being.
Like it wasn't
Yeah, right.
Shigaraki or All For One. It was like in
Some
between,
weird
you
in
know?
between thing.
So
yeah.
like it didn't really work on him because of that.
Right. Yeah. I know. I remember that.
Yeah.
Which was interesting in retrospect.
hmm
Because in the moment we were kind of like, what? But then they kind of went into it and
Yeah.
explained it. But
And they did that.
you have to click. You remember you minimized. You have to. Right? Yeah. Okay.
In episode 2.
In episode 2, everybody. This is
Fuck.
totally not scuffed.
Totally not.
Ooh, yo, back to the earbud.
Oh, the cursed
Oh,
earbuds.
Guys, that was rough, guys.
Yeah, we had to use earbuds for a while because, yeah, the mic was so shit that like it was just picking up the audio from the show over us, and it was bad.
It was not good. Not a good look.
Yeah, I mean, if you're watching this without having watched any of our videos, know that the first like roughly 10 episodes
Yeah.
are like not good.
Yeah, we were, just getting started
Yeah,
and like figuring out how to sort of do this sort
Yeah.
of thing, because we just wanted to watch the show and like record
Yeah.
our reactions, because
Yeah, I mean-
we feel like we have a good in-depth conversation.
yeah, like we were gonna watch it anyway, so it's like, why don't we just like hang out and watch it together?
Yeah,
instead?
yeah. Like,
Seems smarter.
I don't know. Seemed like a cool idea, and it has been cool so far.
Yeah,
It's been pretty awesome.
but I mean, episode 2, we had clearly a lot happened. I mean, she's dead.
She's dead, and then All For One like got some of his powers ripped apart, which
Yeah.
was so cool. That whole scene where like this literally right here, where she's like inside his
Yeah.
conscience and was like just ripping apart the.
Yeah.
Oh man, that scene
So
again, like still in my brain. 21 episodes later,
Right?
super impactful, and I really thought that was going to be like a huge detriment and a huge deal.
Well,
It barely was.
it's funny because thinking about it, we still don't have any knowledge of how that affected the battle
Yeah, no,
because,
he just rewinded.
well, no, that was because he did it on Shigaraki,
Oh right.
but we still don't know how that affected him because,
Yeah, we haven't seen that yet.
yeah, he hasn't been able to use his powers the whole
Yeah,
season.
you're right.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So like, that could very well like maybe come back somehow.
That's a good
in
point.
Season 8.
Didn't even
Yeah.
think about that. No, because it was Shigaraki that was affected, not All for One.
Yeah. So
Right.
like she took away so many of his powers, but also
We haven't gotten to see them at all.
yeah, like he hasn't been
He
able to
only
use his,
just now,
like
at the end of the
this
season.
was the last time he got to use his power, really, technically.
Technically, was when he was jumping around and like taking on her after
Yeah.
after he broke out from the fucking bottom of the ocean.
Yeah.
That's crazy. That jump was so cool.
That was so
Fucking just,
So
oh
sick.
man. Yeah, so that might still come up.
That might still come up.
Yeah, which is a good point. Yeah, like that'd be crazy. He goes to use something and he's like, oh shit, right.
Yeah. It's like,
But-
oh, I don't have that anymore, kind
Yeah.
of thing. Yeah. I mean, I think one of the things I might say is like, maybe like a criticism is like, she's such a cool character, but I think she was introduced as being so strong that like you can't keep her in the story.
That was something that we said like a bit after, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, like her power was a little OP.
And I kind of do think that she might have been used as a character just to weaken Shigaraki.
Right.
Like her place in the story was kind of just show up and like arbitrarily weaken Shigaraki, but we don't actually really know what his powers were even before or after.
We don't know how it was affected and how much of an impact she actually had.
Yeah, like
we never
Shigaraki's
saw it.
used so many weird quirks already,
Yeah.
but like because we don't know what was affected and like we don't have a list of his quirks, right? We don't know his quirks.
No.
We know some of them. We know like the barrier.
Yeah,
we
the
know,
barrier
like,
or like
the electromagnetic waves
Yeah,
that he can
yeah,
use,
yeah.
that kind of thing. But like, if it was Deku, right? If this happened to Deku and it's like, oh, he lost like float and like black whip, it's like, oh, okay,
that's
so
a
that's
huge deal.
so we know exactly,
And we would know how that would affect him
yeah,
like directly.
we're kind of just trusting the show to like you know
To
you know what I
convey
mean?
that properly, right? Like because right now like it's so up in the air. Like we don't know.
Yeah, it's like, oh, he lost a bunch of quirks, but like
That
we
could-
don't know any of his
yeah,
quirks already.
yeah.
Like we don't know what that means.
They're usually good about going into depth about these things.
Yeah.
So, but it also didn't really have time to come up.
Yeah.
Like I don't know when they would have brought that up. Right.
Yeah, right.
There's no way that they could have. So I hopefully in the next season we have like a weird, like breakdown of it in a
Yeah.
way, because that would be good to know. I don't know how they're gonna do it in like a way that flows though.
Yeah. Right.
Oh shoot! I've lost my blank 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 quirks when I really
Yeah.
should have been able to have those or whatever.
I think it could have just been done better if we knew more about how Shigaraki was, because we knew how he was insanely powerful, but
Yeah.
like we don't have any specifics on why.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like he has a number of quirks because he inherited All for One's power
Yeah.
and all of his stockpiled quirks, but we don't know what that means.
yeah.
Right?
Totally.
Like it's just they're just saying he's weaker now,
Yeah.
and we're like, okay,
We're just taking their word for it.
instead of like knowing what Deku's powers are, and if
Yeah.
we know what was taken away, we can acknowledge in our brains what's weaker about him, you know?
On a writing standpoint, they're telling, not showing,
Yeah,
which is not what you're supposed to do.
yeah, right?
Which they're usually not ones to do that.
Yeah.
So it's kind of out of place.
If
But
you show us all the powers and then tell us what the powers are, and then show us them being taken away, and then, you know.
I think a
yeah.
really simple way for them to convey that would be, for example, in like they're fighting in the next season, and he goes to like do something,
Yeah,
maybe in a panic,
yeah,
and then it doesn't work, and then they have her like looming over her and him in the background.
Yeah.
Like that'd be cool.
I think that would be really cool.
That'd be a cool visual. Like, and it just kind of be like, okay,
yeah.
this made an impact.
I don't really think that would save much of this arc kind
No,
of thing
I
for
don't-
me personally.
yeah.
Like, it's a really cool moment for the story, but like it does just feel like, okay, well Shigaraki's really overpowered. Let's
Nerf him.
nerf him by making a really overpowered hero, and then kill her
And then
immediately.
just remove her. Yeah, it was kind of
Yeah.
like, yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. It was fun. It was good, but like, it's not a highlight big moment of the show for me
No.
personally.
Well, also considering how good the rest of the season is.
Right. Yeah.
But
right?
yeah, no, like you're right. It doesn't like it kind of ignores a lot of the rules that they play.
Yeah. Yeah,
Um,
like you said, like so much of the show has been so good at like setting up these scenarios or like explaining things
Yeah.
really well that like when they drop the ball in a moment like this, it's very noticeable.
Yeah,
I
because
think.
like for any other show, like the quality wise, it's still good.
Yeah.
But like just for this show, I think that was like a moment of like sparsity
Yeah.
where it's like the rest of the show is so insane and good
Right.
that even like a small dip in like quality
It's
is
noticeable.
noticeable.
Yeah, for sure.
So still good, and the character was cool, and the moments were cool.
Yeah.
But
Like
definitely
I would never skip it or anything.
No,
you
no,
know, but
no,
like yeah.
the impact just didn't hit as hard.
It didn't hit as
No.
hard. Yeah.
Yeah. Cool.
Yeah. Well,
Come
I
on,
missed.
man. Okay.
I missed. Damn. Episode 3 though. Episode 3 is where we started. We slowed down for sure.
Yeah.
We slowed down, but maybe not in terms of like narrative.
Yeah, no, narrative wise, it gave us a lot.
Yeah. I
Um,
mean, what a moment.
Yeah.
Jeez.
I wasn't anticipating getting to see that.
Yeah, like they
And teased us. And they tricked us.
did trick us, right? Yeah,
bastards.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because there was that other invisible character, right?
No,
Wasn't
they
that
were-
what it was?
No, because they were like, "Oh yeah, I have many friends." Overwood was saying, and it like panned over Invisible Girl, but it was.
Oh, yeah,
it
right,
was Aoyama.
right. Yes,
Yeah.
yes. Yeah, so that was a big trick, too.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I didn't expect them to like come in with the traitor thing
Yeah.
out of nowhere, you know.
Yeah, totally.
But like, I'll take it. you
Yeah,
know?
yeah, I know. It made for a really interesting, like, narrative, just like we were
Yeah.
saying. Like, narratively, it was really,
Right.
really cool. And it makes sense that there was one after they, like, went into it.
Yeah.
Like, because we never really thought about it too much, but it was just like, oh yeah, that all this stuff kind of needed a third party
Yeah. Right.
to be possible, and it just wasn't like it was so shocking for that reason. Like, I just didn't see it coming,
Right.
especially the character that was Aoyama.
Aoyama. Yeah. Yeah.
Oh yes.
Nice. Good work. Yes. Aoyama the traitor. I do like that there were so many moments looking back that like, oh yeah, no, it was definitely him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And like, as they do a good job of putting in these story bits where if you go back and look,
Mm-hmm.
it's so obvious,
Right.
and like the replayability or rewatch value
Forgot to minimize it again.
oh is just really good for that reason, right? Because like that changed so many of the other scenes. Because I remember. Oh, nope. Yep. There you go. Technical difficulties, guys.
So scuffed. Anyway.
Because like that one scene with the, I just remember like the crackers, or like when he was like
Yeah.
peeking on Izuku,
Yeah.
and then that happened, and they just never brought it up,
right.
and we were just like, that was weird, and
Yeah.
then we just kind of left it, and it just, but now it gives it context, and they just do a good job of that.
Yeah.
They've done it with other things too.
And I think back of like even season 1 in the very beginning where it was like when the villains attacked for the first time. When
Yeah,
we first saw Shigaraki.
like way back.
And it's like, oh, he's the only one that's like not done anything.
Yeah.
Like he was the only one that we didn't see do anything.
Yeah. So
Or like the forest attack when it's like, oh, he was like hiding in the bush near where the villains were, and it's like, oh, this is
yeah, that
weird.
seems weird. Like, why?
But then he shot the beam at Compress and like freed Bakugo and
yeah.
Tokoyami. And
So
it's
we
like,
were like, okay, so
like,
threw
maybe
us
it's not
off his
him?
scent again.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
did it was a really long running thing. And I think it only worked because for one, they didn't bring it up over and over and over again.
Yeah.
Like it didn't make it a big point through the show.
Yep.
And two, it was like he didn't really do a lot as the traitor after like season 3. Really.
Yeah, it was like an early thing, and then like we forgot about it
Yeah. Yeah.
because he was focusing on growing and like being better as a hero and stuff, and like it kind of just took it off that scent.
Yeah.
And then I think it was like, I don't remember what season it was, but then that other thing happened where they're in the bedroom,
Yeah.
and then it was kind of weird again. But then that was kind of it, and then now we had the reveal,
Yeah.
which I don't know. I thought they did it really well. And
I think they did it
thank
really
God
well,
they
too.
gave him like a purpose, man. Because we
Yeah.
had commented like when we were watching the other seasons, like fucking this guy just
Yeah, he doesn't.
has nothing.
He's
This
got
guy's
nothing to do. Yeah.
Or just he'd be on screen. We were like, oh my God,
Yeah. It's really cool to have him
have a purpose.
have a purpose and have it be like, oh, this is why he didn't have a purpose.
Yeah,
Because he was, like, a
because he
traitor.
didn't want to like
And
get
he-
their trust too much, like
Yeah.
or like
Like,
be.
he felt guilty about
He
it.
felt guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah, which was so cool.
Yeah.
It just gave him so much depth that he really needed.
Yeah,
He really badly needed it.
he did.
But yeah, no, I thought that was really cool.
I think it gave, I don't know, maybe not a lot of depth to Invisible Girl, but I'm glad we got to see her, I guess.
Yeah, like it's cool to see the visuals. Yeah,
Yeah.
because we don't really have much on her either.
Not really,
But
I don't know.
whatever.
She's,
It would have been
She's
really
not.
funny to like the way they tricked us with making it think that the Invisible Girl was a traitor,
yeah.
because like she's fucking invisible. Like,
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
so easy.
That's exactly what everyone assumed,
Yeah.
right? Like,
Like,
well, obvious.
really
Obviously it's
good way
her.
to play on that.
Yeah. No, it was well done. I'm happy of how it all played out, I guess, yeah.
I think so.
Yeah.
And then obviously that continues on for a couple more episodes here. I
Yes.
don't know. Yeah, I think so.
Yeah. I think this was mainly an episode about them just kind of going over the aftermath of the traitor reveal thing with the
Yeah,
class.
yeah. So I think it was like these two were pretty connected.
Yeah.
Because this was the more one where they figured it out. They had him like all cuffed up, and
Yeah.
then they were deducing a plan.
Yes, this is where we started to talk about the plan.
Yeah, the plan.
Yeah, the plan was a big talking point for this
Yeah.
first, like,
Quite a bit. It was
seven-ish, I
like
think?
a couple episodes.
5 or 6, 7, 5, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
Episodes, yeah.
Yeah, it was like the plan. We got to do the plan. Make sure don't forget the plan. We're doing the plan.
Yeah, and they kept not telling us.
And then we just didn't know what the plan was. And
And it's like, obviously the plan's gonna work because they're not telling the audience.
Yeah.
Right? So, if you tell a plan to the audience, it's never gonna work.
yeah,
That's a
it's
rule.
storytelling rule, guys.
Yeah.
You know, expert writers over here.
Of course. Yeah.
No, I don't know. There's not much to say on this one. I don't think.
I don't think so. It was
Really,
mainly just them being sad about him.
being a traitor,
Being
and
a
then Izuku trying to fight for his rights, and then the police were like, "Yo, but he's a criminal."
Yeah.
Which I guess that was kind of an interesting
I do like
bit.
that a lot, actually, that they were like, well, I get that he's your friend, but he's like a criminal.
He is a
So
criminal,
he's, like-
unfortunately. Like,
It's like-
you have to follow the law.
Yeah.
But I did like that moment where he did stand up for him. I think that was this episode,
Yes.
or adjacent. It's like close to this point.
Yeah, I'm pretty
I did like how Zuko stood up for him, like, because
Yeah.
you know, well, actually, I don't remember. Was Aoyama even there for Izuku's like down moment?
He was, but we did see that he didn't go and help him. 'Cause
Yeah,
he's like,
which was
he like-
interesting.
he said something about like, I didn't like,
Feel
I-
worthy.
Yeah, like I didn't feel. It was something like that. Yeah,
Yeah, like I didn't think I was actually your friend. I was a traitor. Sort
Yeah.
of thing.
pretty much. Like I
So it
didn't-
was cool to, even though we knew that, and Izuku knew that now,
Yeah.
he still stood up for him. Kind of just showed his character a little bit.
Yeah.
So that was cool. But we already know all that about him, right?
Yeah.
Like he's always been selfless in that way.
Yeah.
Um,
I don't really remember much else
there
about
was
this
not much
episode, to be honest.
else to note. I remember being, oh, am I only rocking a mustache? What the hell? Yeah, let's move on.
Let's move on.
What is?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
So this is when he showed up.
Yeah. So, yeah, this was crazy. So
Yeah.
we continued on with the Aoyama stuff and kind of learned about
The plan.
the plan a little bit, not much.
We deduced. I can't remember if it was just us being big brain,
Hmm.
or if it was the show like directly handing it to us. I think at the very end of one of the other episodes, they showed us the brainwashing guy, like him in a tree.
I think it was the end of the
Yes.
previous episode.
And we were like, something's gonna happen there.
Yeah.
Right? Like obviously he's gonna have some part to play.
Yeah.
And then we were debating whether or not like him brainwashing him would like neglect his sense.
Yeah, that's
So
what it
we
was, yeah.
I think you and I would just kind of put the pieces together to a degree.
Yeah.
And
I mean, we had like all the pieces. We just didn't really know how they fit together.
Yeah, and then we were
Looked
so
like-
confused because of the visual one where he can see them all,
Yeah.
which we were like, okay, well, you can't really,
Yeah, because
like, he's gonna see them all there.
Is Ragdoll's search quirk, so he could like
Yeah.
see everybody through like.
Yeah, so we were like,
Cool
okay,
things.
even if they do all this, like, they're still gonna be able to be noticed.
Yeah.
Like, oh, okay, he's obviously not alone.
Yeah. Right.
But it was cool, like, how they handled that, because obviously they,
Yeah, because we had Aoyama bring him there, All For One. We had Aoyama bring All For One out into the open with Izuku
by the brainwashing.
by the.
Oh, no,
brainwashing.
brainwashing was the parents.
Yes, brainwashing was the parents.
Yeah.
Yes, and then yeah, so they had All For One out in the open like that, and then All For One's like, oh yeah, here's all the villains.
Yeah.
And he like dropped them all in, and then they're like, fuck you, bitch, and they used Monoma.
Good call. I was
Which-
like, what's his name?
Ooh, I don't actually know. That might have been the next episode.
I think it might have been the next episode.
think
This
it's
one
the
was
next
just
episode.
like them talking and like, oh, what was it?
This, I think, mostly it was setting up the plan. Still.
Mostly still setting the plan, but then the end was this.
Yeah.
And then we were like, oh my god.
Yeah.
Like, because we didn't think it was going to work.
Yeah. Right.
And then I think the next episode is them getting warped in or whatever, and then they were putting up those cool traps.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is kind of
Yeah.
sick.
Yeah. Okay. No, you're right. You're right.
Pretty sure.
Yeah.
But yeah, that kind of covers this one.
I think so.
There's no like secret details. I feel like they told the story all pretty well.
Yeah, they did. Yeah, I think so.
Like there's not really many points that I feel like we missed in our cover of the episode, because we were just like, oh yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah, pretty much.
Because yeah, the tracking thing obviously didn't go off because they weren't there.
Yeah.
Monoma had a big old plan there.
Yeah, which happened.
In this episode,
one.
right here, there is.
Yeah. Yeah, so this one was when we got, because I think we saw Monoma pop out of the portal at the very beginning, or at the.
And we were like, what's he doing there?
Yeah, he was like the first one we saw pop out of the Kurogiri portal,
Yeah,
and then all the other heroes popped out. So
pretty sick.
pretty. Fucking
This moment
sick.
was super cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we were just like, damn. Thank God he got a fucking moment.
Yeah. So this is when they split all of them up and
Because
stuffed them in the
that was part of
boxes.
the plan. Did we learn about that already? I think we already knew that they were going to try and split them up.
We knew they were gonna split them up, but we don't know how.
We were confused. We were like, okay, yeah, good luck, man. They move it like fucking Mach 10.
Yeah. Yeah, but their plan was stick them in giant box things and then teleport them away.
Yeah.
With Kurogiri's power after we teleport all the heroes in, which was really fucking sick.
And then the boxes that they used were done by pink-haired
Yes.
mechanic chick. And she,
Hatsume.
yeah, Hasame. She got a lot of like little tidbits here and there. Like,
Yeah.
the show did a good job of like showing the different parts of everyone,
Yeah.
which was really cool.
Don't worry about it.
All the different parts of everyone, and that was one of them where she was like, they showed her like design, like the boxes like in a little graphical.
Yeah.
So that was cool. A little cut to that, and just showing how they're all working together to make like this happen.
Yeah.
The different classes and different sections.
Yeah. It was cool to see, just like, and I mean we see it
More
even
later.
more through the season,
Like,
but
yeah,
like
like
seeing
especially.
so many moments of like, I feel like the support course of UA really got to shine this season.
Yeah, like a lot.
Like I feel like they're very integral to how much of
This plan
things
worked.
actually didn't. Yeah, like I don't know, a lot of it didn't work per se, but like they also didn't get fucked up. You know?
Yeah. Like their plans carried through. It's just the enemies still had other stuff going on that we didn't know.
Yeah.
But back to this. They managed to like separate everyone, and
Yeah.
it was super cool to watch it all like unfold. And we were like, dude, this is excellent. Like,
Yeah.
everything's going really well.
Yeah, so they separate most of them and like kind of designated like teams to deal with each different foe.
Yeah, which I can't remember if that was in this episode specifically. I think it's either this one or the next one that we got to see like all the different shots of everyone.
I think it was this.
I think it was this one.
I'm pretty sure
it was
this one.
And we kind of got to see all the different groups, which was cool. And they put like they tried to think about their quirks in challenging with whoever they were with, and for like team synergies and stuff. So obviously Ochako, had Toga.
Yep.
And Proppy was there because they have like a personal. It was also, I think a lot of it was story based too.
I think so, yeah.
Which, you know.
Fair enough. I mean,
yeah,
whatever.
Like it wouldn't have been interesting if Izuku pounded her into dust.
When we had Monoma teleported everyone in, right?
Oh yeah, this is cool.
Teleported everyone away, and then he went back to the Flying Fortress, and he's like using Eraserhead's
quirk with Eraserhead.
With Eraserhead.
Which was so
like,
sick.
They're sitting outside of the barrier as like they're fucking up Shigaraki.
Yeah, they were suppressing him. So he got 2 moments, which was really sick.
He did get 2 moments, yeah.
He got the warping and then also like the Eraser quirk.
Yeah.
Which was so fucking sick. To just completely lock down Shigaraki and that person that way.
And I mean, their whole goal was pretty much just like, we gotta hold out until Deku gets here.
Which initially would have been, okay, let's just do this, kill Shigaraki.
Yeah.
Right, because that scenario with Izuku there would have been death.
Yeah.
There's no way he would have lived.
No.
So it's like, yeah. So they have to hold out and like, they have the water guy like fixing his eyes and making sure that they stay open and
I mean, like Best Jeanist and Mirko and fucking Bakugo, like that team is no fucking joke, man.
Yeah,
like,
no it's pushover. Top dogs.
But also it's Shigaraki.
Yeah.
And like they're kind of getting fucked up.
It sucked because we were like, they can do this.
Yeah.
We're like, this is like yeah, he's got no quirks. Like I'm sure they'll like definitely weaken him. Lo and behold, he's fucking like body horror.
Yeah.
Amalgamation of death. Like he's just like and
awful.
Oh my god, Mirko lost all of her limbs basically. Like like Bakugo's on the ground. I will cut later, but like
it was in one of these episodes that fucking Mirko started losing more
and more limbs.
More limbs.
But you know what was interesting was Izuku getting fucking brought there by Toga.
Yes.
That was super. We did not see that coming.
Yeah, no. Man got absolutely snatched up by Toga. He
so sick.
Which I think might have been the crux of everything not going
for sure.
Right.
That was the root of so much pain.
Yeah.
So much pain. And it's crazy that like this character that's in the League of Villains who arguably isn't as powerful.
Yeah.
Maybe Spinner's like less, but whatever. Anyway, fucking like, you know, this character that hasn't had like super insane, right?
Yeah. Like we
made this huge pivotal moment.
She had such a big like quirk awakening in season 5.
Yeah.
But like we didn't really get to see like this moment wasn't like that quirk awakening didn't really have an
apply
on
here.
This,
yeah.
You know?
No, it was just her pulling them in, which was really cool because I think it was. I don't know if that was planned. I feel like she just felt the urge to bring him.
Yeah.
Like in a way because of that connection that they all have.
Yeah.
But then, like, it just worked out really well in their favor. And then Izuku was trying to get away and all that, and it took for fucking ever.
Yeah, he got dragged really far away.
Yeah, like the furthest he could have been. I think, like, which I can't remember. Was that planned? Do we remember if like All For One said Toga grab him? No. I don't think so.
No.
Like, or that never got confirmed.
Well, they wouldn't have had
a plan, right? They wouldn't have expected that.
Yeah.
So Toga just like on the beat, like.
Yeah, she just grabbed him.
Huge play. Yeah, really.
I mean, she probably didn't even do that for any reason besides
having.
I want to see you.
Yeah, that was my guess.
Yeah.
Like as soon as he's in range, she was so like obsessed with him.
Yeah. Right.
So. I think that was mostly a part of it.
Yeah, like I don't think there was any like, oh yeah, like
if I bring them over here, then they're dead.
Yeah, like
I think it was just
there's
totally
no strategy. Yeah.
in her own brain.
Yeah.
Like I want him here.
Yeah.
Which totally fucked so much shit. Holy mackerel.
Fucked up a lot. Yeah, because Deku was on a fucking island.
Yeah, really far away.
Yeah.
Took him multiple episodes to get back.
Yeah,
It's like Dragon Ball Z, like with the charging of the powers
right?
And stuff. It's like, but he's just trying to get from point A to point B.
Yeah.
It's like, I'm still going.
Dragon Ball ain't got that problem. They just teleport, So it's like...
Boing!
Yeah, right? Yeah, Deku, you could use one of those, man.
Yeah, can we get
one of
Deku a fucking teleport, please?
That would be sick, but... Yeah, I don't think there was too much more in this one. I think we just kind of... I think it was mostly just Toga and Ochako and Deku, this one.
Yeah, and there was some, like, moments of emotional heightened... Or, I don't know, emotional... There's some emotional points going on where, Izuku and Ochako have like this direct connection to Toga, and then she was actually getting like some hits on him too, because she couldn't sense. Oh, that was the other thing. He couldn't sense her danger.
Right.
Because it's love, which is that was really cool. That was a really cool moment.
That's a really cool thing.
A detail I really liked. That he literally was like having struggles fighting her because she loves him.
Yeah.
Which is so cool.
And I guess that's a really interesting thing to like look back on, knowing how it all played out in the end, and especially how Toga was feeling later.
Yes.
In the end, and it's like, oh yeah, no, that's just how she is,
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was an interesting detail to add. But yeah, I think that was kind of it. I don't think there was any other like super important things. Froppy didn't really get a moment at all.
No, she didn't get too much to do.
No, she was just kind of there.
She was just kind of there.
Her and Ochako are like such a good pair.
Yeah.
For combat reasons.
Yeah.
So there was some of that going on, like cool moves in that way, but there was nothing like story driven.
Not as much, yeah. Which is fine. I mean,
she's had enough. She's gotten her.
She's good.
Yeah, she's
out of here.
She's a fucking frog.
She's a frog. What is she gonna do?
Okay, next.
Oh
boy!
Jesus Christ.
Dude, what an episode.
Oh my god. Yeah,
this is the beginning of emotional roller coaster for us.
I think this was generally just the beginning of where this whole season started to just like fly up the fucking charts.
Depression began.
Yeah.
It was like so heavy.
Yeah, so this is when we got our first duel with
Sorry, just like our fucking I'm like
we got to see Todoroki's new cool fucking move.
Yeah, Flash Flame.
Yeah. I think it was
Flash Fire, Fire Flash.
It's Flash Fire Phosphor.
Flash, yeah, that's
I think it was Phosphor. Yeah, it's like a combination, basically.
Which is really cool.
Yeah. Love seeing that he's kind of developing his power in that way.
He uniquely.
Yeah.
Making it his.
Because he's talked about that the whole series, like, I want to use both at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is really cool to see it kind of circle back to finally having him, like, oh yeah, I can kind of, like, use both at the same time.
Yeah.
Which is really fucking awesome.
Yeah, and, like, watching him do it in combat was so sick.
Yeah. Yeah, because we got the whole... This was the first major fight, I guess, really.
Yeah, I would say so.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say so. Yeah, like, because we kind of had, like, Toga fighting Ochako and all them for, like, a little bit, but it was not... It was more about the...
Yeah, like, it wasn't much of a fight.
It wasn't really a fight. It was Izuku being, like, I just need to fucking leave. Yeah. And she wasn't letting him leave.
Yeah.
And Ochako kind of had to go in and, like, get her off of him and...
Yeah.
Be like, focus on me.
Yeah.
Yeah, but that was barely a fight. This was, like, intense. Like, Dabi versus him.
Yeah.
Was...
Yeah, we got to see Dabi slowly start burning into a corpse.
Yeah.
Into a fucking flaming
hell zombie thing and just like nuking everyone around him. And it seemed to go down like pretty like effortlessly to begin with.
Yeah.
Which I was like, oh, okay. But then he was like, just kidding.
Yeah.
Just kidding. You know those people who are deflecting my flames? Yeah, they're dead.
Yeah. Yeah, no,
he cranked it up, man.
He cranked it up. He got hit by a fucking badass ice attack from Shoto at the end, though.
Yeah, which
We
was
got that
so
really cool visual of them as kids, which happened a lot through this season.
Yeah, lots of
that
metaphors with them all as kids, and not just them.
Yeah.
Like other characters too, like Ochako and Toga later, and Shigaraki and Izuku. And then obviously these two, which we just mentioned. But, yeah, cool to like, because this is the thing, right? With all these characters, is if they had one stable friend, like, or if the brothers were connected properly, or if Shigaraki met someone like Izuku instead of All For One, or if Toga met someone like Ochako, it's like one of those things where we're only fighting now because you didn't have someone like this in your life, right? And that's a parallel with each of the relationships that we get to see that end up in such a heated, horrible, like conflict for all of them, right? They're all like that. One of those people, if they'd interacted before this battle, they all would have been fine.
Yeah.
Which is just, I think the metaphor there is,
just one person.
Just one person.
Just one person. Yeah.
Could have made all the difference.
Yeah, and I mean that's a big overarching theme of the whole show.
The whole show is like that, yeah.
Like I just like one person.
Just like one. For Izuku, like it was All Might. All Might, like it gave him a chance.
Yeah.
Like gave him a shot, and now look at how the person he's become. That was a positive example of how he could grow into someone better. Whereas if All For One had gotten a hold of him instead, right, totally different, right? But anyway. Yeah,
it's a theme that's carried through the show, and I think a lot of things in this season have shown the like culmination of that story.
Totally.
Kind of thing.
It's been really satisfying to watch it like come to a close and stuff. But we're still just at the first fight.
Still the first fight.
This is still just the first fight.
This was the first fucking fight.
This is the first moment where we were like, oh my god, this is gonna get insane, because we knew that they were paired up.
Yeah.
Because we thought it was. That's a phone call.
That's not a phone call. It was a notification.
Really? That's that's the end of my phone call sound.
Oh really?
Yeah.
Oh, that's weird.
That was weird.
That's my Twitch notifications.
That's
I think.
so weird. Okay. Anyway, sorry guys. Fuck. What was I saying? Oh yeah. Come on, you can do it.
Come on.
No, it was gonna be good, guys. It was gonna be good. We thought that it was gonna be Endeavor and Dabi.
Yes.
When we first, so that was an interesting thing where because we thought it was gonna be like father son.
Yeah.
But then it was Todoroki instead.
Yeah.
So we were just like, I just remembered that was something that we were like, oh, interesting.
Yeah, that's a good point. Like, but the idea of it was like, okay, well, we can't have, like, we need to throw Endeavor at All For One.
Yeah, so exactly. Because
like,
number one hero, number one villain.
Yeah. Like, All For One's not a fucking pushover kind of thing. Like,
yeah, exactly.
You gotta throw fucking Hawks and Endeavor after him.
1 and 2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Plus all the supporting heroes down below,
you know. It made sense. I was just like, when I remembered, like, in that moment when we saw Todoroki and him, I was like, oh, okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Still no idea what I was gonna say.
Oh, really?
It's gone.
It's gone. Wow. Yeah. No, this was crazy.
Anyway, this was nuts. This episode was crazy. We were losing our mind.
Yeah. Getting to see the extras, as he so often calls them, All For One. Come out and be like, "Fuck you. I'm gonna hate your ass."
Hard.
And it's sick, man.
It was so cool to see them have moments. Because we said it a lot throughout watching it, but the season did a great job of giving like so many characters like a cool moment.
Yeah.
Despite like the little bit of time that they have through the season, like they still made so many people shine.
Yeah.
This was when he loaded up that giant death cannon, right? Like
and then he was fighting with Endeavor a bit first.
Yeah, right.
Then,
yes.
He kept egging him on and pissing him off, and then Endeavor got hit hard.
Yeah, there's a big chunk out of his side, right?
Yeah. And he fell down in the forest and was in pain down there. But
for like a while.
For a while, yeah. It was until the next episode, I think.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
And then I think these two. Well, I'm trying to remember the name. Starts with the J.
You're really close with Jiro.
Jiro, fuck. And Tokoyami.
Good one.
Did I do it?
Tokoyami?
Tokoyami? Oh my god. Okay. Jiro? Juri?
Jiro.
Jiro?
Yeah.
Like Euro, but
Yeah.
but pronouncing the G?
Yeah.
Jiro?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jiro and Tokoyami, otherwise known as Yugi.
Dude, why do you like this, man?
Sorry.
Why do you gotta be like this?
I always gotta bring Yu-Gi-Oh into it somehow.
He's gotta find a way.
They flew in and like covered his ass.
Yeah.
Which was awesome.
Yeah, Hawks was about to die
Yeah.
after Endeavor got knocked down.
Yeah.
I think that's how it went out.
Yeah. Because Hawks was still up there. Because they were
Yeah.
trying to fight him together, but then he egged on Endeavor
Yeah.
and made him weak. Got a hit on him, and Hawks was like, and then
Yeah.
these guys showed up out of nowhere.
Yeah, and they saved Hawks.
It was so sick.
Yeah, it was fucking awesome.
Yeah, it was really cool. They like super powered her ear lobe things,
Yeah.
and then it was like this huge sound wave that totally hit him.
Yeah.
And then obviously Hawks returns the favor by making sure they don't die from the giant death cannon that he made.
Yeah.
That was so cool. That death cannon thing was so sick. All of his creepy little minions with the teeth and like the goblin looking heads. Oh,
They were starting to do body horror shit.
Ooh,
man.
that's where it all began,
horrible.
right? So it was like disgusting, but really cool visuals.
Yeah.
And then Hawks like uses his feathers to like move them out of the way.
Yeah.
Just before the blast.
They still got hit though.
They did get a hit, and they got hit as well.
Jerry lost a fucking ear.
Yeah,
Which
one
is
of the lobes.
rough, but
Not great.
not great. Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, they got not fucked up as bad as I was expecting.
We
but
were expecting it to be worse. Like it's a giant death cannon,
It's a giant death.
and they're fighting the demon lord.
Yeah.
Like the fact that they went toe to toe with them in a way and still scaved off like alive is
I feel
insane.
like that just goes to show how far we've come
Yeah.
with these characters. Like
Totally.
how they couldn't even like think about standing up to him in season 3 when they
encountered him, like
when they first encountered.
they're all
All For One,
shaking
yeah.
behind the rubble.
Yeah, it's like, oh, the only thing you're thinking of when you encounter this guy is death.
Fear and death is like.
And now
they're like
now
charging at him head on.
Like Jiro of all characters going up against fucking All For One.
Yeah,
is
like
insane.
not Bakugo or
Yeah,
like Todoroki, like
Jiro and
Jiro.
Tokoyami, and it's like
crazy.
fucking so cool, man.
Um,
yeah. I was also gonna mention with this one is and maybe not this one in particular, but over the last this episode and the last 2 roughly, somewhere around there.
Yeah.
We also have Shigaraki going off. Like Shigaraki's starting to go fucking crazy with
because
fingers and all that.
Pardon me, they kept cutting in to him,
Yeah,
like being in that arena.
yeah. We generally kept cutting back to him. And
Oh, what did they call it?
seeing
The arena? It was
Ooh, it was like the
Sky Coffin.
Yeah, the coffin in the sky or something.
Yeah, something like that, which is cool.
Yeah, like they launched UA and had it flying around. So fucking cool.
That whole bit was so sick.
Yeah,
So yeah, we kind of got. I don't think we got the in-depth breakdown of that yet.
I think we did.
Maybe somewhere cut in the middle of these.
Yeah, I can't quite remember because they kept
When-
cutting back to it.
It was
over
like a
and over
lot.
again.
Yeah, it was kind of like a constant
Yeah.
cutting thing. But I don't know. Should we talk about that now? What's the next one?
Well, the next one is this.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
That's a whole other.
Yeah, this is a
topic.
whole big
That's a whole
fucking bag of
beast.
worms,
That's
and
it.
we're just gonna continue on here because my God, this was a perfect follow up, obviously, to the last episode.
My God,
Jesus.
he's all weak. He's like done in the dirt. We weren't even sure he was gonna live.
I think if I remember correctly, yeah, because Hawks stopped the big death cannon,
Yeah,
but he fired off a bunch of his little wings that he had left,
yeah,
which left him open, which All For One was taking advantage of and about to hit him again.
yeah. With the
With all
death
these-
cannon again.
No, he was gonna.
Right.
He shot him with all the fucking.
Oh, 3 heads, wasn't it?
No,
Oh
he
no,
shot-
the
he shot the little
swords
hand-
or whatever.
hand
Yeah, the
things,
finger blades. Yeah.
Yeah,
right,
so
right.
he shot those at Hawks, but fucking Endeavor got his ass up off the ground, lost his fucking arm, got it ripped off of his body, and then just went sicko mode with like a fucking flaming fist out of his like empty arm socket. My God.
I just want to call upon it. Sean semi-recently showed me these other YouTubers who do skits.
Yeah.
And one of the skits was the more limbs that are missing off of like off of a character, the stronger they get.
Yep.
That's a good point. It was really funny. Like we would just call back to this, and I just thought it was so funny because he's like went from regular fist to flaming.
Yeah, right.
And he was just hitting him so hard.
Yeah.
Oh, then the shots. I just remember him like breathing and like. And, oh my god, he was like dragging him through the mud.
Yeah.
Oh my god, it was so
shit,
sick.
Endeavor really did just lay the fucking smack down on him hard. It was so sick.
Fantastic to see him get like it was like an adrenaline rush from all the damage, right?
Yeah.
It was so cool.
So dope, dude. So dope.
And I think at this moment as well, is this also when we had Todoroki do the final move on Dabi?
No, it was
before.
Episode, yeah.
It was at the other one. Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
It was all in that episode when Dabi went down.
Yeah. Is this when Dabi started to get back up?
I don't know if he got back up at this point. I don't think he did. No. I think that's. Yeah, I think
coming
that's
up.
after.
I think it's coming up. Yeah. Anyway, he like beats the fuck out of All For One.
Yeah.
And then he does the Iron Giant.
He does.
He does
do the Iron Giant,
which was pretty cool. He like fucking hugs him, and this is the first time we see All For One have fear, which was really cool. That was a cool moment. That because throughout the whole series, I think the only time we saw it, did we see it with his fight with All Might? I don't think we did.
I don't know if we did. Yeah.
I think this is the first time that we saw that that effect, at least, of him just being like, "Oh my god, I'm gonna die."
I think technically the first time we saw it was in the episode before with Tokiyami. Because Tokiyami went for a fucking punch on him. And that's when we got the first like effect of that. Or maybe it might have been this episode. It was one of these episodes.
This one happened first and the Tokiyami one was later.
No, because he had it once here as well. Where Tokiyami hit him really fucking hard and like he felt that fear, and then like later when Tokiyami's in like his full fucking Ragnarok like smashing him to pieces mode, he's like, "Oh, this is the feeling I had before."
Oh, really? I thought it was only in this one.
No, he got it from I think it was Tokiyami first, and then Endeavor when he grabbed him and hit him with the fucking Iron Giant. I don't remember exactly when it is.
I don't remember the other Tokiyami one.
Yeah, he
'Cause I thought he was just flying and then
no, because he covered his hand with his cloak, so he had like even
bigger
more power.
fist, yeah.
And like he was going to hit All For One, and he was like, "Oh shit, fear."
Oh really? Oh,
Yeah.
Wasn't it from behind?
I think it was from behind.
It was from behind. After Hawks just went for his nape, because Hawks just slashed the mask, and then he was focused on Hawks because of that. And then I think Tokiyami came in for like a big strike.
It was something like that.
Something like that? I
It was
can't
something
remember.
in
Fuck.
there.
I almost want to like look at it.
Because we cut from Endeavor after Endeavor hit him with the Iron Giant,
Which is so sick.
which was fucking awesome. And then this is when we first saw Rewind.
Oh, that's cool
activate.
too.
But
Yeah,
we didn't know about it yet.
We were
though.
pissed.
Well, we didn't know about it yet though.
No.
Because he activated it, and we were like, "Is that Rewind?" And then I think they might have mentioned it or something, but it's the next. I think it's the next.
The next episode we get to see it properly.
Well, I think it's the one after that because.
Oh no, the next one is.
Well, I mean, this is the next one. And this was the whole episode.
Yeah.
So last one, Bakugo got kind of slumped on the ground, pretty bad. I think Bakugo hit him with a huge
Really big
fucking
move.
blast,
Giant
a
move.
huge explosion, and Shigaraki was like, "Nah."
Yeah, like don't
and
care.
grabbed him, and he had him by the neck. I think he was like grabbing him by the neck,
Yeah.
kicking him around and shit. And what an episode this was! Jesus Christ, this fucking episode was insane.
Yeah, this one rocked us.
Yeah.
We felt like garbage after.
I wonder why. I mean, yeah. We did have also the big three all here.
Which is
was
so
fucking
cool.
awesome.
So cool to see them like in action.
Yeah.
And also like seeing them have to handle such a dilemma.
Yeah.
Because we had seen obviously Lemillion handle Overhaul,
Yeah.
and in there he was just thriving,
Yeah.
right? Like, but this one it's like,
Also, Overhaul's a guy. you know.
Not a monster.
Yeah.
Not like a giant beast.
Yeah, like you hit Overhaul in the head with a fucking solid
a solid
fist,
kick or whatever.
Yeah, whatever. Like you're gonna do damage, but like Shigaraki he doesn't care.
Because he got a solid hit in, and he was like, "Oh, I can't do anything.
Yeah.
I am like I got nothing here."
Yeah, like Mirio, unfortunately, just wasn't in a position where he could really do much of anything to him. You know.
No.
So like, Jesus, he was kind of just getting fucked up.
Yeah.
I mean, he wasn't getting fucked up, but like.
Emotionally, he was, because he felt helpless.
Yeah.
He couldn't do anything.
Yeah. But I mean, his goal was kind of just to
get in his head
and distract him long enough for what's his name, Amajiki, to hit him with the fucking plasma cannon,
which was so cool,
which is insanely
the creepiest
sick.
looking gun ever, man. He's like got all the animal parts like on this
he
like laser beam.
He charged it up with all the fucking different animals,
So
and then charged
sick.
it up with Nejire's energy, and like just hit him with a fucking beam, and he kind of didn't care.
Not
much.
even a little bit.
He got scarred. I think he lost, like his face got fucked up really bad.
Yeah, like I think he's got a burn on his eye after that, right?
But like, for all that, man, that wasn't.
It was a
was a
huge
lot.
scene, man. It was like a lot of the episode was him like setting up this whole thing.
Yeah.
And for all that to just be Shigaraki's like, that was annoying. That's it, I'm done. And then he just like goes up and is like,
yeah. So, after said plasma cannon, we had.
Shigaraki was pissed.
Yeah, he was pissed. He was like, dude, why are you guys even trying? Stop. Stop it. Stop it and die.
And that's what happened.
Shot fingers, more fingers. And then, yeah, he kind of did it, didn't he?
He succeeded.
Well, before, Bakugo went fucking sicko mode. He did
this super sick, like, he was moving faster than light, I think was the statement. Or something like, if Shigaraki couldn't keep up with him, basically.
Yeah.
Like,
well, he was reading Shigaraki the whole time, and he was, like, finding a weakness in his patterns and stuff.
Yeah.
And then Bakugo had this, like, kind of awakening of his quirk where he was, like clusters, like his sweat glands coming off of his body were, like, clustering and causing him to, like, he could, like, go way faster now, kind of thing. Which is so fucking cool. What a cool thing to do. Damn.
Yeah, and we were like, oh, shit, he's doing it.
Yeah, he got in some really fucking solid hits.
He's, like,
and then
really
he died.
hitting him. And then he died. Yeah.
He died.
He died.
Bakugo died.
He's dead.
He's dead.
It was a...
Yeah. Yeah.
Dead.
Yeah.
Just like
He
that.
went tumbling. Yeah. Pretty much exactly like that, yeah.
Like that.
Yep.
Yeah. That's a reenaction of Bakugo's death.
That was really good.
Thank you.
I think if I post that out of context, people will get it.
People would totally know what we're talking about.
Yeah, like...
Little brat.
Yeah. Pest.
Done.
Something like that.
Pest.
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyway, whatever. It was really sad. We're making light of it now, but it was... We were shocked.
Feelings only hide the pain.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. It was
That
hard.
was rough, man. I did not expect them to go down
that heavy.
road. Yeah.
I thought dead characters were going to occur. I didn't think it would be one of the main fuckers. Jesus. Yeah, that was insane.
I mean, he's not
Pardon me.
probably
Sorry,
dead. Probably.
Okay. A little later, we have... Yeah. Oh my
It
god.
was in this episode.
I think, wasn't it right after he got slammed to the ground he did this? Or was this when Izuku showed up?
No, Izuku shows up at the end of this one.
Yeah, okay. That's
So this one opened up with them being...
Because he took all the damage and then he was like, why am I taking damage? And he offered
Yeah.
up,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, pretty much.
So,
So Bakugo got fucking slumped.
slumped.
And the next episode, they were like, guys, he's been slumped. And then Edgeshot went in. Genis was healing him, kind of.
He was sewing up some of the wounds.
Yeah, he was trying to sew some of it up.
And trying to, like, stop the bleeding.
Yeah,
And
which
then
he did manage
Edgeshot-
to do.
Yeah.
He managed to stop the bleeding and in his, like, internal bits. But, like, there's only so much he could do, really. Which is why Edgeshot came in and was like, hey, man, I can go super thin. And
he was like going into his body and like weaving himself into
Yeah.
Bakugo. Oh,
I mean,
he was like trying to resuscitate his heart.
we got the implication that Ed Shot's gonna die from that somehow.
It's like spreading himself too thin
yeah,
or something.
like his like life force is getting drained away
By
like,
going so thin.
Yeah.
And like being so precise. It's
Yeah.
like draining him of his energy.
yeah,
But yeah, he was like fucking trying to resuscitate his heart.
yeah.
Oh, the fucking visual there was disgusting.
It was fucking brutal, man.
Yeah, it was hard to watch. So that's all happening, and then Mirko and the big three,
Yep.
who are fucking barely together at this point. They were like trying to distract him. He was just kind of swatting them away like they're nothing. And I think he went into this mode before
I think this is when I think this is when Mirko lost her other arm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Was he in this mode yet? I don't think so.
No, he wasn't in this mode yet. No, he what was it? I think he got hit again. Oh, I can't remember. I know Mirko hit him again. Oh no, Mirio did his fucking eyeball poke thing. And Shigaraki, like his super move or whatever, where he like tries to stick his fucking fingers in your eyes and you're always like this. And then Mirko came up and like hit him hard.
Oh.
And then he's like, I shouldn't be taking damage. This is bullshit. And then he goes
Did this.
fucking sicko mode.
Which, man, we thought this was so cool.
What an incredibly cool design that we only had for like one episode.
Yeah.
But oh my god. So fucking cool.
Yeah, like what a neat idea to use the fingers as like an armor.
Yeah.
It's like a tank.
So sick. The way it goes over his mouth and everything. And
it reminded me a lot. This is like deep cut. Castle Crashers.
Ooh.
The final wizard boss in all his like weird different forms.
Oh yeah. No, you're right.
Very reminiscent of that.
Yeah, that's a good fucking
weird
pull.
reference. If anyone gets that, you'll know. But
everyone's played Castle Crashers.
Everyone has played. Everyone has
played Castle Crashers.
If you haven't played Castle Crashers, leave a comment below. Out yourself, please, because I just want to know. Thank you.
Yeah, for no reason, but I want to know.
Yeah, we won't. Yeah, we'll totally be nice to you.
Yeah.
Anyway, if you haven't played Castle Crashers, go play it. It's a great.
It is really good.
Beat 'em up. It's like one of the best.
Absolutely fantastic.
Anyway.
You know what's also really good? Whole ass cheeks.
Yeah, dude.
Whole cheeks.
Holy mackerel.
Oh my god.
Wow. Mirio is caked up.
He's caked up, dude.
Man.
He rivals you sometimes. Like,
yeah, that was impressive.
Yeah.
Gotta say. Yeah, you guys haven't seen that yet.
Yeah, true. Well, I mean, somebody's probably noticed. I imagine.
Don't let me know. Don't tell me if you have.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Out yourself as Castle Crasher, not players.
Yeah.
Not that.
Not that. Yeah, don't
tell
us.
that.
Yeah, don't tell us. I don't want to know. Anyway, Mirio totally fucking whips out the most insane move. Yeah. And we're shocked and confused.
I love it though.
It was hilarious. Because he was panicking. He didn't know what to do. All of his friends are being beaten up. Mirio lost another fucking arm.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, he's like, that's it.
I mean, as soon as he went into sicko mode here, Shigaraki, like, there was no stopping him, really.
No,
like,
he was angry.
Was doing was, like, doing anything.
Yeah. He kept swatting them away like nothing. And
yeah. Like, they didn't have the power to deal with him at all anymore, really.
And then, yeah.
He hit him with the fucking cheeks.
Yeah.
Which was so fucking
funny. So funny. We were dying. And then directly after, Izuku just fucking slams him.
Yeah.
Just slams him so hard.
Finally. Yeah.
So funny. That whole like sequence was our first short as well for that reason. Yeah. It was just such a funny like shock and then just like, oh my god.
It was so good.
Our reaction was so good to that.
So funny.
Yeah, highly recommend it. If for some reason you're watching this and you haven't watched that, like, it's hilarious.
Go check it out for sure.
But yeah, it's that bit was great, and then Izuku's finally there, and we felt peace a little bit.
A little bit.
And then after we stopped filming, we were like, oh, Izuku's gonna see dead Bakugo. Oh,
yeah.
Like, yeah, we were just so, and then all his friends and shit, and I was like, I predicted he was gonna lose it. I thought he was gonna be like, go crazy and like angry and.
I mean, the thing is, like around this time of the season, when Shigaraki was, I think actually after Bakugo died, for the rest of the season, it was very, very flip-floppy on who had the advantage in the battle. Because we kept flip-flopping back and forth a lot. Where it was like, oh, are the villains getting the upper hand here? Oh, this is happening. Oh, wait, no, this is happening now. Like, the heroes are getting...
We were constantly unsure.
Yeah, it was constantly back and forth.
At this point.
Yeah.
Later down the line, we lose hope.
Yeah, well, yeah.
But anyway...
Speaking of hope a little bit, though, I mean, we did have this shit.
This was so cool.
Yeah.
This was so cool. The visuals, unleashing his power.
Yeah.
Fucking so awesome.
What a fucking moment, man. What a moment to have Deku just fly in and just... Yeah, like... The visuals this episode were just insane. It was so good. It was so fucking cool.
Yeah. The whole gear shift working and...
Yeah, we got gear shift.
Yeah, gear shift coming in and
right.
like just being so cool.
Yeah.
Such a like we had no idea what it was gonna be. We were really
what a unique
unsure.
power too.
So,
like, it's so
unique and like one of those ones that has so many implications, which is really fun. Like it seems simple.
Yeah.
But then you can like do it in so many different ways. Like he was speeding up Shigaraki, speeding himself up, slowing him down for an impact, and then speeding him up.
Right.
So cool. So cool.
Yeah. And I really like that like the gear shift as a power used to only be on objects, but
he adapted it.
Well, no, it was because of One for All and just its power, and it kind of like caused all the quirks in it to evolve.
Oh, right.
So like gear shift kind of evolved to be like, oh, I can affect living organisms now,
which is insane.
Which how to take a power from like kind of like a low
grade
thing to just like
huge,
like universe breaking strength.
Yeah.
Like, oh yeah, you don't have to follow inertia. Like, dude, that's so cool.
Yeah, right?
That's so fucking cool.
Huge. Just break the laws of physics real quick.
Yeah.
Yeah, very cool.
Like you said, him being able to just like punch, like he slows you down, punches you with a fucking sped up fist, and then speeds you up after he punches you, and you're fucked.
Yeah,
like everything about you's fucked.
Yeah. Your velocity is maxed.
Yeah, like
that's like putting like putting the knockback status to like full in the game, like
yeah, right.
Yeah, like it was just so funny.
Fucking brutal, man.
Yeah,
but what a cool fucking power. It's one of the only ones. I think it's the only one really that has like a drawback to him.
It is the one weakness, which is funny or interesting, I should say. Like. And I think that only is implied when he uses it on himself, I think.
Yeah.
Because he was using it on himself a lot throughout that.
True.
And I think it's like something like his organisms, like or cells or whatever, just can't keep up with breaking the physics.
Yeah, like they kind of have to catch up after.
Yeah, so that was interesting. And that clock hasn't run out yet, as far as we know.
What do you mean? Like...
We haven't seen that effect yet, the negative.
No, we did.
Did we?
Yeah, like right after he was going through this, he was like on the ground choking.
Right.
2 episodes, yeah.
Yes, right.
But the only reason that was fine is because Shigaraki was also
done.
Like winning his fucking internal battle with him and All for One.
Yeah.
So like he was kind of fucked up on the inside.
Yeah, mentally, whereas Izuku was physically damaged.
Yeah. I mean, just a good episode.
It was so good. It was so good. And we're just getting to see Izuku like finally get there and pop off.
Yeah.
It was so satisfying.
It was really fucking satisfying for sure.
And for him not to lose his mind. I thought that was really good. I really genuinely thought
Mario brought him back to fucking snap back to reality, you know.
Which was really cool. To have that moment because I really thought he was just gonna lose it.
Yeah.
And just go crazy. Like
I mean
in a bad way.
He kinda did, but
like, but it was like controlled.
Yeah, sort of. I mean he was flipping the fuck out.
Yeah.
But then Mirio was like, dude, chill.
Yeah.
He got his head back in the game, which is the only reason that I think Deku's even alive still.
Gotta agree. I'll agree with that, for sure.
If he went in there guns blazing, like, it's not gonna work out.
It would have been one mistake could have happened and it would have been over.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Jesus.
Yeah. And then the whole time Shigaraki saying like, you're out fighting a fair fight. Right? I don't even know my quirks.
I don't know if it was this episode or
I think it's the next one, or the next time we see them.
Yeah, right.
Next time we see them.
Right, yeah. I think, oh no, I think it was at the end of this episode.
Maybe.
I think so.
My brain's a little...
I don't know if it was this episode as well or the one before, but I think it might have been this episode is when we got Rewind for All for One confirmed. No, it was the next episode, I think. No, maybe
Definitely not this one.
Maybe it was this one.
I can't remember when it happened.
It happened at some point.
What's the next one? Sorry.
No, it definitely wasn't this one. It was one of these episodes.
Was it after
But it
this?
wasn't... I don't think so.
We haven't come back to Endeavor since. Like, it took a while to get back to him, didn't it?
I think we cut back to it, but only for like one scene to see like young All for One again. And then
I can't remember when it was.
It was
I don't remember when that
here.
happened. I think it was spliced in somewhere.
It was
Because it was definitely before that.
Yeah, it was
It had to be
spliced
somewhere
in-
around here.
it was
Somewhere in this
spliced in
point,
one
we
of
also
these.
get to see, obviously, young All for One,
Yeah.
which was so cool because we had no idea that was going to happen.
Yeah.
That was like completely out of the ballpark. We didn't know that he had this like option.
Yeah.
And I wonder how long, like he must have had it since Overhaul.
No, because he got it from
The scientist guy?
yes.
Right.
Yeah, so because Shigaraki stole the quirk deleters from
Yes, right.
Overhaul,
Oh,
and
yes,
he
at the end. Right. Yes, he did.
So
Oh, okay, right.
He has the bullets, and we saw that it was in season 6, I think, actually, when Shigaraki first woke up and he destroyed everything. He like opened this giant capsule beside him, and he like picked up one of the bullets, but it was all fucked up and destroyed. So like, we know that the doctor was like trying to recreate that quirk.
Yeah, yeah, that was
But,
very apparent. Yeah.
So that's what he has. Like, he has rewind, but
Yeah.
he can't turn it off.
Yeah, which is his detriment,
Yeah.
which we learned. I don't know if we learned it right away in that reveal, did we?
I think we did.
Maybe we did.
I think we did, yeah.
They were kind of saying, oh, it must be, like, is he rewinding himself?
Yeah.
And then they assumed that he is a timer then.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Something like that, yeah.
I can't remember if that was our speculation or if it was actually mentioned. I think we figured that out. Or
Yeah.
we assumed that at that point anyway.
I think so.
So, obviously, we know now he gets younger and younger and younger.
Yeah.
Because he's constantly rewinding. But that didn't really slow him down much.
No,
anything, it made him stronger.
not really. Yeah, I mean, he got a lot stronger from that, yeah. That's for sure.
And then it's kind of where we cut it. We saw that there. And then now we're onto this.
Yeah.
Which,
It happened somewhere in there, but...
it definitely happened before Gentle shows up.
Yes, yeah, for
That's
sure.
a cool moment. Anyway,
But
this
this
one was
episode-
hard.
This
For
episode was
us as
fucking...
YouTubers.
Yeah. 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 Yeah, listen, we haven't been doing this very long, so to throw one of these curveballs at us immediately is kind of brutal. But, yeah, this was a fantastic episode, though. I love getting to see
super cool.
Shoji getting a moment. Was so fucking cool.
Dude, yeah, because he's so cool, and he's always been there helping. Like, he's always there.
Yeah.
Like, he's very visibly in the action doing stuff,
Yeah.
but we didn't know anything about him. We didn't know anything.
He's one of those things where, like even we, he's gross.
Yeah, I know. And then that
gross.
was one of those things where we were getting called out as viewers.
Yeah.
Where we're like, oh, the limbs, oh, look at the eyeball, oh,
Yeah.
gross, disgusting.
Yeah, it's
You always
gross.
get he's like, hey, how's it going?
Yeah.
Like, yeah.
Little
And we're like,
It is weird, man.
When we were watching it the whole time, we were like, oh my god, that's so freaky. And they totally call us out.
Yeah.
They completely call us out, and they, we're no better than the groups of,
Yeah.
terrorists who are like picking on them and like causing them discomfort and whatever, right? So it was a very eye-opening episode because it's talking about very real shit.
Yeah. Yeah, there was a lot of, this and like the Toga stuff especially were like
Yeah, both of those were really heavy.
huge moments of just like talking about
Societal standards.
societal
And,
stuff.
and like just what was it's literally talking about like the injustice of minority groups.
Yeah.
Literally,
Straight up.
it's straight up like
Yeah.
talking, and it's such a prevalent problem in our society already,
Yeah.
which we talked about in the episode. But just to have it visualized in this fucking show, and
And what a cool way to do it too.
Yeah,
To
like-
transform it into this kind of like transform it as like a medium into like to work in My Hero as a world, and then talk about it in a way that still works.
Yeah.
Still like affects things, and you still get it fully. You know.
And the result of it was a good impact.
Yeah.
Like everyone kind of stopped and thought about what they were actually doing. I think the hospital was the biggest point for me. I thought that was really cool. Like, okay, yeah, we caused problems, but we went in and made sure that everyone who was not directly involved was safe.
Right.
Like, would you do the same? And I was like, oh, that's such an interesting, like, yeah. It's like, we're bad, but like, I don't know. There's a lot of really interesting points that I feel like we go into better depth in when we were actually reviewing the episode.
Yeah.
But
I mean, just in general, like it's you can't attack a hospital.
Yeah, right.
Just in general, don't attack a hospital.
Yeah.
Whatever your viewpoints are, probably not the best place to attack with forces of any kind. Like, hospital, bad one. But I mean, it's one of those things where like you get it. Like, I know why you people are doing this.
Yeah. Where we're like, fair enough. But
and even Shoji said it, like, if you weren't attacking a hospital or, like, like, the way he put it was basically, if you weren't doing this in such a shitty way, I'd probably be here with you guys.
Yeah.
You know, like.
There's a way to go about these movements, right? Which,
yeah.
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 So, all that stuff was really, like, pretty heavy, and then... Yeah, we had to have like a pretty in-depth conversation about it.
Yeah.
But moving on from like the horrible realism of the whole thing.
Yeah.
Spinner's downfall was really
I
rough
love
to watch.
Spinner's downfall.
It was really well done,
rough.
but it was rough. I'm glad that. No, I'm not glad. I don't know. It was sad to watch.
Yeah, I mean,
but it was cool.
It kind of carries from this, like in this episode, we found out that like All For One gave him like a big man, like Godzilla quirk kind of thing, basically.
Yeah.
Well, he gave him two. He gave him
that one and then the fucking razor
scale mail or something. Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Visceral animation.
Yeah, speaking of animation too, like even this episode, like he fucking popped off.
Oh yeah,
Shoji.
with all the Spider-Man moves and
yeah.
like the camera angles and stuff.
Horikoshi, the author, loves fucking he loves Spider-Man. It's one of his favorite things. You see it in like Deku getting Black Whip and everything, and then he's got
This
Danger.
was literally Spider-Man and Venom.
Yeah, like straight up, it was like this is so fucking cool.
Yeah,
like,
you could see the
around
inspiration very clearly.
Yeah.
Very obvious there.
Yeah.
But Spinner's design after the scale mail.
Yeah.
And then Shoji like using his limbs like that, because we've never seen him do that. So it was like such a cool, and like winding up his arm.
Yeah, he like wound up all of it in one big punch.
Oh.
Yeah.
He had that moment was so like monumental.
Yeah. And I think we can pretty safely carry on into this episode, because this kind of continues that downfall of Spinner in that way, which was, like you said, rough.
Yeah, this one kind of went into more of his past and like
a little bit, yeah.
Dug into like the manipulation that was going on and his confusion with like he just wants to help Shigaraki and like the people who were his friends and who were actually there for him.
Yeah.
Which has always been a motivator.
Yeah.
But he thinks he's doing right by them by doing all this.
And I mean, maybe he would have, but like, All For One is just such a master manipulator, and like, just fucked him completely. Completely. We kind of found out that like the Godzilla quirk or whatever it is, like also seems to be fucking with his brain.
Yeah.
Or something.
Because he was like losing any sense of himself.
Yeah, like it was making him stupid, basically.
Yeah.
And he was just losing it, and like. It was just sad to watch, man. Especially even like in the moment on the thumbnail here of him just being like, "Look at all my friends," and there's just no one there.
No one's there.
And it's like, this is rough, man. I don't like to watch this.
Yeah, because like that was it. He just wanted people around him who didn't think he was a disgusting monster.
Yeah.
And then when he was actually a disgusting monster, no one was there.
Yeah.
It was just, yep.
Rough.
And then lore-wise or story-wise, he fucking wakes up Kurogiri. And we were like, fuck, dude, fuck. Because this is the downfall. They like this is where we're like, okay, the villains are gonna get the upper hand. There's no way about it.
It's like one of the worst things that could happen.
Yeah, like we were like, if they achieve that, it's over.
Yeah.
Right? Like then so many people are gonna suffer.
Yeah, like you can't wake up the teleporting man after trying to like divide them all. But I mean,
but Mike was also there, so that was cool. Yeah. We had all this stuff with Shoji going on, but in the background, Mike was chasing after Spinner here.
Yeah. To
try and reach Kirigiri first to hopefully break into his senses. And
he was gonna fucking kill him, man.
Yeah.
Like Mike was gonna kill him.
Mike was ready to kill Spinner.
No, he was.
Kirigiri. Kirigiri. Sorry.
Yeah, it was fucked up, man. Like, but I mean, I get it.
It was kind of similar to the Hawks twice situation. Like,
that's true. Yeah. Very much just like we can't. Like if this gets out, this is worst case scenario.
Yeah, like which we were saying.
Yeah.
So, but either way, kind of went for the worst, but also not really.
Not really.
Which was interesting. It was like a weird split. We were talking about it, and they didn't make it too obvious, but it seemed like Kirigiri kind of had his like he was like unsure which side to be on.
A little bit, yeah.
It was weird. We weren't sure about it.
And we get
now,
more of that alongside,
the coolest reveal, man.
One of the coolest.
Thank God.
Of the whole season.
This really saved him for me because I hated him.
Yeah.
Man, I hated him.
Yeah.
When I was watching, I was like, oh my God, he's so annoying. We talked about it after because we would for the whole series we've had conversations like this. We just now decided to start recording them.
Yeah.
And in our discussion, Sean kind of was like, yeah, but everything that episode or that arc stood for is so important.
Yeah.
And I was like,
it does so much for Deku.
It does so much
as
for Deku as a character.
Because he never really thought about villains behind just being like something you gotta fucking smash into the ground.
Yeah,
you know?
like, I just have to submit this guy down and beat him up.
But Gento was like the first villain that Deku ran into where it's like, like you're actually kind of not like exactly a villain. And Gento wasn't ever really a villain that much
really
either.
Was a villain, but he was still doing bad, but it wasn't enough bad to be like. It was a weird moral indifference.
Yeah.
Which was so complex in terms of like the whole black and white hero and villain.
Yeah.
And it really kind of gave depth to the whole concept as a whole, right?
Yeah. Like we come off of Overhaul and go to Gentle.
Yeah, and I was like, what?
It's a big fucking jump.
Yeah.
And it's really weird and maybe
the
a bit
worst
jarring.
to like, okay, maybe not, like arguably the best. You know, like in terms of like villain, bad villain, good villain, like.
Yeah, I mean, I do honestly think like Gentle might be one of the best villains up there with like Shigaraki or like Dabi. Like he's.
For the sake
of villains, you know.
For the sake of like the story reasoning.
Yeah.
Yeah, like that was a huge piece.
Yeah. Like, he's just such a good fucking character. Yeah. But I mean, I understand why it felt weird in season 4 when it was all going on when like we first got the Gentle stuff.
Yeah, because I was like, it was such it was like, oh my neck.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I just watched this guy like abuse this child for a whole series.
Yeah.
And then switch to Gentle being like, I'm going to be famous.
Yeah.
I was like, what are we watching?
It really goes from like Overhaul into like a school festival.
Yeah.
And, like,
which was needed, honestly. Like it made sense. It was just like such a fucking like.
It was jarring.
Like,
yeah, it was jarring.
I was like, whoa.
Yeah, for sure.
The more I watched it, the more I was like, oh, this is nice.
Yeah.
This is good. And then he showed up. I'm like, oh, this is our next villain?
Yeah, right? Yeah, but like this is kind of also when we started to get to some more of that Kurogiri stuff where he was like kind of split between, because this is when also Deku was hitting that backlash from Gear Shift where he's like down on the ground. Him and Shigaraki are kind of at a stalemate because like neither of them can really do anything.
Yeah, they're both
now.
kind of like stuck.
Yeah, because Shigaraki was fighting through his internal
demons, all for one.
Yeah.
And then obviously Zuko was just reeling from Gear Shift.
Yeah.
So Kirigiri pops in, fucking snatches up Mike.
Mm-hmm.
And does he also take Aizawa? We don't know that yet, right?
No, he did. Yeah.
Oh wait, are we missing a point?
Well, Toga activated
the Sad Man's Parade.
Sad Man's Parade. I think it was at the end of this episode.
Is it at the end of this one?
I think it's at the end of this one. No, it was at the end of the one before. Yeah, it was the one before. But yeah, Toga's going like full Sad Man's Parade and spreading fucking twice clones
Twices are everywhere.
Which is also really bad. Because you don't want twice everywhere, man. Especially not when you can teleport
none of
them
the
around.
heroes. Did the heroes know that she had that? I don't think so.
They didn't. I don't think they knew that she had that.
No, I don't think so. No, they didn't plan for that.
The most we got was that Hawks tried to get rid of as much of Twice's blood after the battle that he could, but
wasn't enough.
Didn't get it all. Yeah.
So we knew this though, that she had it, and we knew that Kirigiri was free, and I'm like, oh my god, that means that they can just do Sad Man's Parade everywhere.
Yeah.
And then this is where that begins to happen, right? Like we see Twice's just pouring out of every fucking everywhere, right?
Because he drops Twice right on top of the
Aizawa
and Aizawa and everyone
Moma.
And then they're falling off.
Yeah.
So Aizawa and Mike are falling off the Coffin in the Sky, and that's when they get picked up by Kurogiri.
Yeah.
And that's the last we see of them.
We have not seen them.
We haven't seen them
We
yet.
don't know.
Yeah.
Which is crazy to me that we just left that.
Because things could have been so much worse.
Oh yeah.
Because like Kurogiri just, I mean, what, he just teleports All For One and Shigaraki together?
Yeah.
And you're done?
Yeah.
Right?
Like he could have done worse, and we're confused why he didn't. And we're kind of thinking like he saved Aizawa and Mike, and maybe is like kind of conscious.
Yeah.
So that was.
Well, I do really like the moment that like we kind of brought up that taking Aizawa and Mike away from Shigaraki was kind of a benefit to both.
Yeah, which is weird.
Where it's like, oh yeah, like I'm saving Aizawa, but I'm also getting him away from Shigaraki to help Shigaraki.
Yeah,
and
it's like a double.
It's a really cool way to do that, like double.
Like it helps
thing.
both sides arguably.
Yeah.
Which is something that we brought up in the review as well.
Yeah.
But
and we also love Brava fucking hacking the dude who was hacking into the
that guy
flying.
sucks.
Yeah, fuck that guy, Skeptic.
Yeah, he's like ah. And then fucking what's her name? Labrava.
Yeah.
Labrava hacks him, and
Yeah.
it's so funny. It's
So
like
funny,
so funny
man.
a little bit.
Tryptophobia thing.
Yeah.
It was so good. Yeah. But he brought down the thing, the Coffin in the Sky. Technically, he hit it with one of the.
He hit it with like a hack.
Yeah.
And disabled everything, and everything's falling apart. The support class can't do anything.
I think they managed to in the next one. I'm pretty sure they managed to start getting it back online in this one, and then they, I think Gentle's still holding it up, but it's not like crashing and burning.
Yeah,
anymore.
he's like doing his best to hold it, which was so cool to see Gentle come in. It was really unexpected to see them have a part in this.
Yeah.
And it kind of brought their story full circle.
Yeah.
To like, we're good guys now. Like we're helping.
Yeah.
It was showed that a villain can be just changed rather than beaten.
Yeah. And
so
I mean,
that was nice.
We move straight into like.
Oh, and sorry, just to bring it back, Gentle defending that prison.
Yeah.
And, like moment. Stopping everyone from leaving.
Yeah.
He's just sitting there. Oh man,
so
it's all
good.
grizzled and so sick.
Yeah.
I
love him.
Yeah.
I love that man.
He's pretty cool.
Glad he's back.
He's pretty sick.
Glad he's redeemed.
Yeah, I feel a lot better about him now.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like that really was necessary for his character.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then, I mean, Deku has to take Shigaraki off the fortress. And that's kind of
really, really bad.
It's kind of the end of where their fight stops for this season as well.
Yes.
So they get off the fortress, go back down to land, and now they're...
Izuku's holding his hand with Black Whip.
Yeah.
That was a cool shot.
And then they kind of just sit in a tornado for the rest of the season, which is fair.
In like a stalemate, basically.
Yeah, they're kind of stalemating from the sounds of it. I mean, they're probably just throwing everything they have at each other. So, season 8 shit, I guess.
It's gonna be insane. I'm curious to see how they do it. Part 1, Part 2, or like a proper season.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, because like I feel like it could be solidified in 2 longer parts.
Yeah. We'll get into that though.
Yeah,
but I mean, here we had this is mainly where we got a lot of the All for One fighting
Stuff.
parts.
Yeah, this is where we actually got to see him like actually start to do shit.
Yeah.
Because he just wants to leave. He wants to go to Shigaraki,
Yeah.
connect, and be like destroy, right? Like that's the goal.
He's like, get me the fuck out of here. I don't want anything to do with you guys. I just like fuck off.
So he's just trying to leave. And damn, dude, the other class comes in,
Yeah.
distracts him.
Yeah. Oh my god.
So sick.
Windman comes in.
The
Kami comes in and
fucking Pretty Hawks.
Yeah, the Pretty Hawks moment.
Pretty Hawks moment. That was so
Fuck, dude.
funny.
I was, I mean, you could see my stupid face there. Like, dude, I was so shocked when fucking Hawks got like twisted.
Yeah, we were like, oh my god.
Yeah.
It was a gutting moment. We're like, oh my god, no, come on.
Right.
I would argue that his current state it might be worse, honestly.
Yeah, you might be right.
But anyway, this whole episode, this is a peak episode for me.
Yeah.
Like, obviously there's like the last 3 were insane.
Yeah.
Like it's really hard to top those, but this is very memorable for me. Like Tokuyami just going full crazy, the wind guy like giving him hell, like moving him around and shit.
It was a really good moment of like something the show does really good, which is showing like a multi-person team fight kind of thing against like one big opponent. Because like everyone's getting their moment. Everyone's like everyone's getting like something good to do.
So
and that's
cool.
kind of been this whole season is something. Yeah. Everyone's getting something to do.
Even the other class.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like I was like, oh my god, this is so cool to fucking watch.
Yeah, him like buffing Tokuyami's big giant
with the wind,
punches
like,
with the wind. Yeah. Kami was putting up like smoke screen things to like make his power stronger.
Oh yeah, to block the sun out.
Yeah.
Yeah, the light. Yeah, that was really cool. So he's bigger.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was sick.
So fucking cool. And All for One was scared.
Which was so sick. Yeah, because his fucking he puts up his shield.
Yeah.
I think and then he's like.
He was just blasting everyone. He's like, fuck you guys suck. And then he's like, wait a minute.
Yeah, he had those creepy branches like dug up and he's like charging. Yeah. And then he fucking...
And he shows up behind him and he hits him with the fucking...
Slammer.
Yeah, the
real
big slammer.
Fucking... You could just see like the branch things like snap. He's like he did, like he fucking hit him.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was such a sick moment.
Yeah, he hit him hard and then like... That's when we got into this one, which was like... Yeah, then it's like, wait a minute. This is what I mean, right? Like, the back and forth this whole season was, oh, we're getting Hope, oh no. Oh, we're getting Hope, oh no.
No, yeah, this was like, oh my god, you just fucking spit on him.
Yeah. No, All for One is like, yeah, I'm young now, bitch. And he blasts the fucking... He fucked up everyone, man.
Yeah, everybody. He like didn't leave anyone.
Makia as well. Makia showed up.
Yeah. That was Gigantomachia showing up. Was on our bucket list. We did expect it.
Yes.
We knew that this was going to occur. And then we got a cool moment with what's her name? Pink.
Oh yeah, Pinky. Yeah. No, you're right. Yeah.
No, that was I didn't expect that either. That I didn't expect.
Yeah.
She fucking burnt his like Gigantomachia's skin, man.
Yeah, which is fucking
crazy. That's insane. Like that's like.
I mean, she's maybe like in terms of lethality, probably one of the highest lethality ones.
Spits acid. Yeah. Like horrible acid.
I mean, look at what happened in the last episode with hitting him with the fucking injector. All Might hit him with the super acid injector, and it's like, dude, he was fucking dying there, man. Like his body was disintegrating.
Yeah, right. Yeah, true. So anyway, that was cool to see her like.
Yeah.
Because we see that like first or second season.
Yeah.
Gigantomachia walking around like nearly killing her.
I think it's at the end of the second season.
Yeah, I think so.
Well, at the end of the second season is when we got our first shot of Castaigne gets beat, and we see a shot of a lot of the villains coming up, which is when we get our first shot of like Dabi and Toga and Makia. And I think that's mainly the 3 we get a shot of.
Yeah.
And then we get a little more of them in season 3, and yeah, Makia pops up at some point.
With the hood on
and
everything and nearly kills her.
Yeah, I think.
And she's crying instead of.
Where the fuck is it?
I don't remember.
Because I know it's in season 4 when Kirishima's having his moment. Because he was like. Yeah, I don't know.
I don't remember when it is, but I remember that happening, and it was cool to see that come kind of full circle.
Yeah.
Like, she's not afraid of him anymore. That was So that was nice to have that.
Because we kind of
resolution.
We almost got that in season 6, right?
It was close. But then it didn't happen. She had to get saved by Red Riot.
Yeah, because that's when that's when she realized, like, oh, this is the big fucker from way back when.
Yeah.
And like, so she kind of had a moment of
nearly
panic
got
there.
eaten.
Yeah, nearly got eaten. Yeah, she did get eaten. Yeah, that was fucked up. Yeah.
Very, very Attack on Titan.
Yeah.
But yeah, so she redeemed herself in a way there.
Yeah.
And then fucking brainwashed dude, who I always.
Oh yeah. Shinso.
Jesus, man, I don't know how you do it. Shinso fucking mind controls him and brings him into battle, and then it doesn't even matter because Gigantomachia is like pissed, dude.
Yeah, he was pissed.
He's like, "Fuck you, dude."
Yeah, I don't know if he was gonna like actually attack him otherwise, but like I don't know. It's one of those things where maybe he was like,
he was unsure, but then maybe the influence of the brainwashing, was like, no, you know what?
I
do hate this guy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what what it felt more like. Yeah.
And then it was cool that we kind of learned the limits of his power too. Like, you can't deny what the heart wants.
Yeah.
Because the brainwashing, obviously, if your heart truly wants something, you can't deny some of that, or like. Yeah. So that was cool to see the limitation there as well.
That's a cool moment for sure.
But yeah, Gigantomachia fucking comes in and still doesn't do shit. Doesn't do shit.
Yeah. He did.
He did a little bit.
The group of them smashed his ass up, man.
Yeah.
Like, he was literally like
getting hammered.
Remember when he fucking rose up and he was like a actual like mangled skeleton?
So
like his fucking bottom half was just skeleton legs.
He was like, he's just like, and he regenerates. Oh my god.
And he fucking picks his arm up and he like twists it and then shoots a beam.
Yeah, fuck, man. It was fucking cool. It was really so fucking cool. But anyway, it was just like, okay, no one's stopping this guy.
No one's stopping this guy.
No one's stopping this guy.
It's not happening.
Keep going. I don't know if it confirmed Gigantomachia is dead.
I mean,
I feel like it's pretty sure. Though.
He got hit in a
really
bad way.
Yeah. What was the line?
It was
put down an old dog or something like that.
Yeah. I don't know. I don't got a lot of hope for Machia, but we'll see.
I was this close, like when we were watching the episode. It didn't feel appropriate to make a joke like, "This is what happens when you don't return to your dog in Minecraft."
God, dude.
Gigantomachia is just like, you forgot
about me. Smashing with rocks.
That's what happens. Your Minecraft dog just fucking.
That's the canon event of what. Yeah, for sure. But I think we ended this episode off with, Tokiyama getting hit by a fucking giant light beam from All For One, and then All For One stealing Hawks' quirk, which really fucking sucks a lot. Hawks is like my favorite pro hero.
Yeah.
I just love him.
You gotta do the joke.
I mean, listen, it wasn't my jokes. It wasn't my joke, to be clear. I don't know where it came from, but like, yeah, he really did turn Hawks into walks. My God, fucking rough, dude. It's so good.
It was like a couple days after or something.
Yeah.
And we were talking about it, and then Sean hits me with that. I don't remember where you found it either, but if someone knows where that came from,
I'll see if I can.
So funny.
Oh, fuck. I'll see if I can find it.
Bro turned Hawks into walks.
God.
It was so rude. Okay, in the moment we were like just devastated because he's just on his knees and he's just like.
Yeah.
And he was gonna kill him, but then he just took his power instead.
Yeah, well, he took his power, and then he was gonna take.
Who was it? Yeah. And then fucking
Mineta
was like, "No, take my sticky balls."
Yeah.
Instead, they're really cool. He was like, fuck this, I'm out of here. You guys suck."
Yeah, fuck you guys.
He's like, he's like, right. I think he kind of woke him up.
Yeah.
Like it was kind of like, oh right, I'm not. Like I don't need this guy's power. Like I'm gonna.
Right.
Like I need to go fucking. I think it was like. He was going back to his old ways of just like wanting to steal all the powers.
Yeah.
But he was like, I really don't need to do this.
Well, he's mentioned a few times while he's in his younger form that like the hatred of Shigaraki is like kind of affecting him too. Mm-hmm. Where it's like, oh, I'm feeling like something dark brewing inside me or something. It's something a line, something like that. And it's like, oh yeah, he's like fully evil. Like he's the most evil he's ever been in this mode.
Yeah.
Which is scary to think about
because he's already pretty evil.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
But a lot of All For One's behavior has always been like, yeah, I'm evil, but calculating in a way.
Yeah. It's very like lawful evil.
Yeah.
And he's becoming chaotic.
He's beyond, full on.
You know
chaotic
what I mean?
evil.
Like and we see that especially in the final episode.
Yeah. Well, Jesus.
Fuck, that's so cool, man. I can't wait to get there. What was that?
I have little nuggets in my these.
Okay. I think we move along, right? I don't think there's anything else to add on this episode.
No, but
Fuck. Fuck.
This is where this season started to become the best one for me, to be honest. This, the next, and the next. These last 3 episodes of this season are, I just genuinely think, like, peak My Hero, just in general.
Like it's all been really good.
It's all been really good.
But this, like...
This one especially, but just like the last 3 in general, were just such an incredible culmination of everything the show's been building.
Yeah.
Since its inception, you know? It's just,
I didn't think that they could possibly do anything cooler and more well done than Overhaul.
Yeah.
That was peak for me.
Yeah.
I was like, this is the coolest shit I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
This is so fucking awesome.
Right.
Oh my god. This is like some of the best media I've ingested, man.
Yeah.
It's like, it's so satisfying, emotionally, like charging, like, oh my god, dude. Like,
well, the Overhaul one just was so good in general, but like this is so good because it's because you know so much about the show.
The payoff is crazy.
Like you can't just watch this episode and get it. Like,
yeah.
You would not understand if you don't know everything about the Todoroki family that's happened up to this point. It's one of those things, you know, where like I couldn't imagine a better payoff for this storyline, you know?
It went perfectly.
It genuinely did. Yeah. Yeah, I mean...
Even better than I thought it was going to.
Yeah, right? Like, we kind of just assumed that, like, okay, I feel... My brain, after him and Shoto having their battle, and then Dabi gets teleported to Endeavor, and that kind of thing starts.
Oh, we didn't mention that.
Yeah,
whatever.
Fine. But, like, my general thoughts on that were, okay... They've thrown out enough flags of Endeavor dying already that, like, I feel like it's pretty likely that Endeavor is gonna go out with Toya.
We just assumed.
We did assume.
We this whole time we've been like that. It would just make sense for the story.
Yeah.
For the roundup, like finishing of this arc,
especially
for them to blow up together.
Dabi.
Yeah.
He's
a fucking fireball of death.
Yeah. And, like, he was already that before, but, like, he was just getting worse.
He was, like, bone and... He was like, oh, my God, man. Like, literally like a ghoul.
Yeah. Yeah. Ghoul talk again. Yeah, he was a flaming, like, ghoul.
Like, he barely had a mouth, man. Like,
yeah.
He had no lips, like, nothing, man. He was cooked. He was
for one, cooked. Genuinely some of my favorite, like, visuals of the show.
Oh, my God, the visuals for those... Anytime Dobby was on screen, it was insane.
Yeah.
But this episode especially was so powerful.
Yeah, and like I gotta give, especially in these last 3 episodes, especially like the fucking voice actors for the dub go so incredibly hard.
Yeah, they did.
It's insane. Yeah, it's fucking insane.
Yeah,
and like
the emotion in their tone and like just the delivery of such a groundbreaking scene.
Yeah,
or scenes like throughout all of it.
Yeah,
like Chaco and Toga, like the family,
right.
Like it was so emotionally heightened. I don't get emotional easy when it comes to media.
Mm-hmm.
I was feeling it, guys. They delivered it so well, and the visuals paired with like the good audio of like the voice actors, and just like the intensity of just the storyline that we've seen for seasons and seasons and seasons to come to this insane conclusion was so fucking good, man. So fucking good. This one especially, but like the whole family getting together, could not have seen that. I was not ready for all of them to like bear the pain of Toya's wrath.
It really is such a perfect way for that storyline to come to
My God. Because we just thought Endeavor was going to have to deal with it, and Todoroki was maybe going to watch as it happened.
Yeah.
But, dude, the whole family being part and, like, taking into account for this horrible treatment of their son.
Yeah.
And, like, all paying the consequences of their actions. As you mentioned, like, obviously them all being there was so powerful, but you brought up specifically like seeing that they were all burned by this.
Yeah.
Just the powerful message that's sending. Oh my God.
Like the way that, Shoto has been scarred by Endeavor for so long, and like Dobby is literally like a living scar in a way.
Yeah.
And they'll like all of them are scarred in the same way. And it's so fucking good.
It was so peak. It was so just the best way they possibly could have finished that storyline, because it blew away our expectations, which was amazing. Like we had an idea of how it was gonna end, and they totally did better.
Yeah.
I was like, fuck, dude.
Fully.
God. Yeah, just to get the whole family there and like, fuck. And then Shoto comes out with the coolest fucking move too. That's so sick.
Yeah, because like Dobby's exploding and he's got that giant ball of fire.
It looks like the fucking Hollow Zero.
Yeah, straight up.
Like this giant fucking orb of death that's gonna nuke the whole town.
Yeah, and then
the city
Shoto freezes it like a snow globe,
man.
Visuals as well, man. Just peak visuals too.
Oh my God.
Jesus Christ.
The moment after, like, he's frozen and he's just like, and Dobby talking the whole time too, like, is this all it took? And he's like about to fucking blow up and like die, like,
and he's kind of having regrets somewhat.
He's like, they're all here.
He's like I didn't, like, I still have so many things I want to say to them.
Oh, that line killed me, man.
For a character that's been just
so ready for death,
and so just like consumed by an unbelievable ending, just so much hatred for everyone, and it's like to see him maybe like not regret his actions exactly, but like he doesn't really want to die because he wants to like say it to their fucking face,
Yeah, which is just, it was so heavy, man.
Yeah,
and then obviously Endeavor's crying after, and fuck, it was emotional. It was super well done. I can't speak more on that. Like, it was just like, couldn't have been better. Top tier.
Yeah, just like one of the best payoffs of a storyline in the show that we've ever had.
Nice one.
Next one.
Oh, we look like this?
Yeah, this was our Halloween arc.
Kind of fitting.
It kind of works. Yeah. It kind of works. Yeah.
Dude, this was totally emotional for another reason.
This was totally, for sure.
God, it hit a different nerve.
In a way that, like, I think I said it in the video, but like I don't think the Toga stuff has been Toga Nunchako as a storyline has been like developed as much as like the Todoroki family.
Yeah, so the Todoroki family is like imperative to the story. Like it is deeply rooted in there. We've been seeing it the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
Endeavor's like one of the main heroes, you know, like very in our face.
Yeah.
It's like this is always there.
Yeah.
This one was very like under the layers.
Oh,
it was
yeah,
like,
for sure.
It'd pop up once in a while and
and I mean, listen, man, if you came to me a few months ago and you told me that like I would be more invested in this part than like pretty much the entire season, I would have called you crazy and told you to get out of my house before I beat you up. Because my god, get out. Genuinely, like I think the Todoroki one last time was more of a like a perfect culmination kind of thing, but like this one made me even more emotional than that one, to be honest. I don't know what about it did it for me, but like this one hit even harder on the emotional part of it.
I felt it too.
A lot of the Todoroki one has so much baggage.
Yeah.
There's so much baggage. There's so many different feelings and complex thoughts going on.
Yeah.
It almost rings true of like Attack on Titan, you know? Where it's like sometimes when I was watching Attack on Titan, I didn't know how to get emotional to certain things because I get the motherfuckers here. I get everyone here.
Yeah.
Nobody's really in the right or wrong here. It's very morally gray. Yeah. And so like
this one was just objectively horrible.
Yeah. Right.
If that makes sense.
This one really fucking hit me hard.
Yeah, like the treatment that she had to go through was just directly bad.
Yeah.
There is no moral gray. She just was like treated like a
terrible
fucking monster.
Yeah.
And
it's such one of my favorite things is that it's just such a unique problem to My Hero as a World.
Yeah, which is cool.
Not like, you know, we talked about the heteromorphs in Shoji's story, and how that's very much just directly a like hatred of minorities.
Very like
storyline.
Very clear cut similarity there. Like it's
you
could directly relate that to stuff.
Yeah.
Right. But
like this storyline in particular isn't as much that because we don't have as much of something this, you know, unusual in our world. Not
quite like they could have. I think there's a world in which that they could have made that happen.
Yeah.
But this one was more like it was very unique to the way that the world has been set up.
Yeah.
Which is really cool when stories can do that because it's like you guys really get your fucking world.
Yeah.
Like they aren't looking at just cool powers comic book hero. They're like, yeah, but what if someone's born and they love sucking blood?
Yeah.
And that's their only way of showing affection.
Right. And that's a very unique to My Hero story thing.
Totally. Like where are you gonna get that?
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean?
And I think, especially in this episode and the last one, I thought about it after. It's really interesting that these are like some of our favorite episodes of the whole series as a whole. And there's barely any actual like fighting.
It's right? Yeah, like, and I think that's you know, something that the show constantly does well.
Yeah.
Is these story plots. But we've never had, a lot of the time it is like a big battle.
Yeah.
And this is like the first time where it's like the more impactful thing was to just have the family come together.
Yeah.
And then it's better to have a conversation. I just want to talk to you.
Yeah.
And it was like, and I think all the fighting before kind of made that even more impactful.
Yeah.
Because it's like, this is how we solve things. We go and fucking beat this snot out of them, and then like Overhaul, they literally had to defeat him, like render him to dust, pretty much.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? You don't get arms anymore, you freak.
Yeah.
So
you can't be allowed to use your hands
you
ever again.
You can no longer have hands. You don't deserve them. So like to have solutions like that, other than maybe gentle.
Yeah.
right? Or the Nomu, like fucking they destroyed their laboratory. Like
Yeah.
it's destruction, it's mayhem, it's whatever, right? Which
Yeah.
is always really cool and like it's strong, but like these took those like dangers and just like the solution was just have a conversation.
Yeah.
Or just
Yeah.
endure the pain of Dabi all together as a family.
It's a really interesting way of doing like a traditional like because they're not really fight scenes, but they're action scenes, I guess.
They're action scenes with like a different solution.
Yeah.
The goal wasn't violence for one party.
Yeah.
The goal was saving.
Yeah.
Which is so cool because they constantly through the series, heroes are meant to save.
Yeah.
So it's just so cool to have them like actually doing that for some of the worst, villains that we've had.
And to have like Toga's, like one of Toga's favorite people in the world, Jean, get just murdered by Hawks, to like switching that into like, oh yeah, I just want to save you. I don't want to do anything else is like such a parallel, I guess, like very opposites, but like, fuck man, it was so good. It was so fucking good.
Mm-hmm.
And like Toga's a very good example of just like, God, people suck. People just suck so much.
It was like twice in this season that we were like, God, fuck society.
They're just the worst. They're just the worst. Because it's like, dude, if you like, yeah, she's kind of a weird fucking person, and she's a bit unusual, and like she's sucking blood, and it, like her quirk makes her like physically completely different from everyone else, and mentally completely different. But your goal as society is to treat that person differently, and to like ostracize them. Is that the right word?
I
think so.
Know, but I think that's right.
Maybe I'll assume it's the right word unless
whatever
somebody corrects us.
Good
But
idea.
like that general thing, and like we find out in this episode and kind of at the beginning of the next one, which I guess we can kind of just move on to the last one because this does carry some of that.
Yeah, to the end,
Toga
or the beginning of
storyline.
this one. Yeah.
Yeah, which is like Toga gives her life for Ochako, and like
So we think.
yeah. To be
Might
clear,
be alive.
yeah,
Might be alive, but we're pretty sure.
yeah. But like Toga also has this moment at the end there where it's like, giving blood to people feels pretty damn good too.
Which is so frustrating.
It's just the worst feeling, man.
I think that's why it was more emotional for me,
Yeah.
is because that one, it was like, she was directly, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what it is, but
Well, it's
that one, it felt like it was just a mindset thing. Like if one person had treated her nicely, everything would have been fine.
yeah, right.
Like with Toya, it's like so much family shit. Yeah, there's like so many different pieces to that. But this one is literally just if she just had one friend
Yeah.
to like accept her.
Well, I mean, one of the things I kind of started comparing it to, maybe not comparing it, but like another point in the show that is sort of similar is the Reflect guy from the movie, Big Blue Man.
Yeah.
And his whole thing was like, oh yeah, like Deku's like wailing into him the whole final act of that movie, and eventually he's like, oh, my power has a limit.
Yeah.
And it's one of those things where it's like, oh, Deku says to him like, you didn't know you had a limit because you stopped trying. You gave up. And like that's a thing in My Hero in the world, is that like, these society just likes to see people like this and just give up. Like
Yep.
like, oh yeah, Toga just likes sucking blood from people, and like she's evil and that's a bad thing to do, and
Yep.
everything. But like, oh, turns out, yeah, she also likes giving blood to people, and like it's a good feeling, and the only time she found that is when she's giving her life for someone else.
When she finally like
Allegedly.
is accepted by someone,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah. It's I can't believe that I'm really sitting here like, which one did I like more? How they played out. This one or the Todoroki family?
Someone put a gun to my head.
If someone put a gun to my head, I might just die. I might just die.
Just shoot me. Just kill me.
Yeah, I mean, I can't explain how shocked I am that like both of those storylines turned out so fucking
like
good.
Yeah, so like the same.
Yeah, like
because they didn't get the same treatment throughout the whole season.
No.
This one got way more, but their payoff was both like fucking phenomenal.
Like I genuinely could never have predicted that the payoff of the Toga storyline would be that good.
Yeah, like no, they did such a good job of it. That final scene with them was very, like the Todoroki one with obviously the family or whatever. It wasn't quite as like cinematic.
Yeah.
The Toga one was like the shots that was going on, like they're flying through the air, like fucking that crazy like shadow fucking thing with the dagger.
Yeah.
When she was when she was a kid.
Yeah.
Oh man.
It did one of those things that I always loved Attack on Titan so much for, especially in the earlier seasons, is it has a very sense of like scale and like grand. Like this is a very grand event happening.
Yeah.
And like I got that more than anything else during the Toga and Ochako fight when she's like hooked onto her and like they're both flying through the fucking air.
And then the shots, man, they were like from below and then she's being flung around and she keeps trying to get in close and it was just.
And the fucking, I mean, the music was just so fucking good too, especially on a rewatch, and like the voice acting was just.
The voice acting in that one was the best.
I think the best.
It's got to be the best.
Maybe the best of the whole series.
Like,
to be fully honest.
Holy shit! Like the screaming, the crying, like yelling, like the range that happened in just that scene.
Like when Toga's going to stab her at the end there, and she's like screaming, and like it's like a. You very rarely hear a scream like that in like an anime setting or like a voice acting setting, but it was like so fucking real.
Yes. Yeah.
And it's like, ooh, this is like it like actually gave me chills.
Yeah.
It's like, oh my god.
Yeah. No, it brought so much like impact to that scene.
Yeah.
And really heightened it.
Yeah.
It was super emotional, super powerful.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I didn't think I would care about her that much.
I didn't think so either. Yeah.
Couldn't have guessed.
Couldn't have guessed it.
So that's kind of the intro to this episode.
Yeah.
Is her dying. She better fucking live.
Allegedly.
Man. I'll be pissed if she dies. I'll be really mad, guys.
I don't know how I feel about it, to be honest. I mean,
I feel like it'd be fitting for her to die.
I feel like it would hit
harder,
really hard if she did die, but I also don't want her to die.
I just want her to go and I want a happy ending. Go live your slice of life.
I know.
Anime after this, please.
You know who's probably not going to be able to live a slice of life after this?
Oh yeah, no, I'm pretty sure that All Might's dead, guys. It wouldn't make sense if he lived.
Yeah.
Is that fair to say? Story-wise?
I think that's fair to say. Yeah. Yeah. I don't want it. I really don't want it. But, I mean, I'm kind of expecting another big moment here, though. Going into Season 8, going into the other half of this fight, or however much left of this fight there is. I mean, it could just be him getting
over.
One shot in the beginning of the next episode, but I kind of don't think so. I think they're going to open up next season with insane battle of these two. But, I don't know, like, the whole idea of All Might dying has been even longer of a running theme than the Todoroki family.
Yeah, forever.
Like, since
people knew he was injured.
Well, people didn't know he was injured, but like we found out that he was injured in the first episode.
We knew he was injured.
We did, yeah. But like, and that's been something that's been brought up since the beginning. Yeah, like the idea that All Might is going to die one day. And like it was one of my favorite things in this episode too is when he's first like seeing All for One right before he puts on the Iron Man suit, and he's like envisioning Night Eye and what he said to him, where it's like, if you continue like this, you're gonna get murdered by a fucking villain in a horrible way. And like in season 4, when we first started hearing that line and All Might talked about it with Deku,
Yeah.
it was like, oh, he was talking about the All for One All Might battle and how that played out in season 3.
Yeah.
And it's like, oh, it's circling back to it here, where it's like, oh, maybe he wasn't talking about that. Maybe he was talking about this.
Like right now.
Which is a thought I don't really like to think about because, you know, it's All Might.
Yeah, like.
I love him.
Yeah.
He's one of my favorite like superhero characters in anything ever.
Yeah.
He's so good.
Yeah, they did a great job of making like the annoying hero main like hero thing to be actually cool and in depth and like well done. Like
ever since All Might flew in and like hit that, there was like that pink weird guy in, I think it was like season 1 or 2. All Might like flew in and hit him with like a karate chop like this in the back of the neck. It was the cool. I was sold ever since.
That's so funny. I just like that he actually like had character. I don't know.
Yeah.
Because you know your prime examples are like Superman or
yeah, right.
Who's the fucking main one from Marvel?
I don't know. Iron Man apparently.
Yeah, sure, whatever. Yeah. But like Superman, he's fucking boring. He's fucking boring. This character, like, he's got so much depth to him, and like, man, yeah, I will be really sad to see him go. Obviously, he's been involved like through the whole thing. He's always been here.
Like, I almost can't envision
the show without it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a weird thought to envision All Might not being here.
An option.
And like, how would that affect Deku?
Yeah.
And how would that affect him while he's fighting Shigaraki? You know?
I know, because like if he dies, he's gonna know.
Yeah.
Because he's got the like fragment of him.
Right.
And he even knew that he was in combat.
Yeah.
And that's already shaking him.
Yeah.
You can see his emotional reaction to that.
Like and like if All Might dies here, like what does that mean?
Yeah.
Going forward here, like okay, now you're putting Deku in like a rage mode again potentially against Shigaraki and against All for One.
Because he's got to deal with both.
Yeah, he'd have to deal with both, right? So like, where does that put that part of it? You know, like I don't know. I don't like to think about it. Because I don't want All Might to go. Because I love him to death. But if I feel like this is his moment, you know.
Well, no, but there's no more fitting.
There's no more fitting way to go out for sure. I mean, we'll see in season 8. Maybe they'll change it on our heads somehow. But like, I don't know. It seems pretty clear cut, and it seems like that's what they're going for, and that's what we're gonna get.
Yeah, not great. What is great though, him using all the fucking gadgets and shit to fucking subdue him. Holy God, shit, dude. It was so cool. God,
I fucking love him. I love All Might going all crazy.
Yeah,
he's like borrowing the power of every class member and
in like a gadget form.
Like
he's
a gadget,
so cool, man. And
what a
then
cool way to do it.
All for One's just in a fucking frenzy, and that's so cool too.
Yeah.
He's like, you can't ignore me.
And his voice actor too, also going so fucking hard.
So good, dude.
Yeah. No, it's I love that idea as well, that like All Might has been that absolute like towering pillar of like inspiration to the entire society, and for him to be like taking inspiration from this class.
Yeah, right.
Is such a just
cool like all around moment.
It's such like an honor almost.
Yeah. Yeah.
For All Might to have his final battle seemingly being just like
embodying everything his students are.
Yeah, it's so fucking good.
Fucking beautiful. Beautiful stuff, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, fuck. And then just him like keeping up the smile, like the design where he has a smile out still, like the whole design of the suit, and like just the fact that he is embodying everything that his students had is just so fucking cinematic and oh my God, so meaningful. It's just fuck, so cool.
It's so cool.
And like knowing that him being there is just not like All for One's not gonna be able to pass that up.
Right.
Like fuck, it's like the one weakness.
Like he knows that All for One hates him so much that like, and to see the power difference, right? Like All for One's never been stronger than he is right now.
Yeah.
Besides maybe when he was like this originally.
Previous, yeah.
But like to see All for One at such an insane degree of power, and for All Might to be at such a low degree of power, it's like it's perfect. It's perfect play on All Might's part because he's like, I know you're not just gonna one-shot me.
Yeah.
Like, I'm not gonna put this suit on and you're just gonna start spamming and killing me instantly.
Yeah.
I know how much you hate me. And I know this insane power gap is just gonna make you want to fuck me up even more. And by fucking me up even more, you're wasting more time.
Yeah.
It's perfect.
It's yeah, foolproof plan. But yeah, it's gonna result in sadness.
Yeah.
Which is gonna be really hard to watch.
I don't see it ending up good for All Might.
Stick around for season 8 if you want to watch two grown men cry.
In the first episode.
Probably.
Yeah.
Like, oh!
The first scene.
Starts off with him curb stopping All Might.
Yeah.
Bite the curb, idiot.
We don't even see him dead.
Let's see you smile after this one.
God, dude.
Oh man. What a good fucking final episode.
What a good final episode.
Yeah, because we thought it was going to be more like Shigaraki and Izuku, but they're just sitting in the middle of a tornado.
Right?
And
They're just
in a
chilling in a
stalemate.
tornado. Yeah. I mean, I think we can go into the comment now if you want, because
Yeah, I think that was it.
yeah, I think that's mostly it for our season talk, I guess. I mean, the only other things I have to add are probably just going to tie into the question.
Yeah.
The main question.
All right. So throughout our episodes near the end there, we were kind of asking for people to leave some comments if they had anything they wanted us to talk about.
Yeah.
And we got one.
We got
one, guys. So that's pretty sick.
What's his name?
His name was Pel_I.
Pelly?
Pelly. Pel-E.
What?
There's it's like a space, right? So Pel-E.
Gotcha. Okay.
Pel-E.
You're the man.
Sorry for
Or woman. Jesus Christ. What am I
Careful,
doing?
man. Or whatever they want.
All right.
Thank you, person of whoever identity you choose.
Let us know. We will be accepting. Why are you laughing? Stop laughing. What's your problem?
Right. Anyway. Yeah, no, thank you for the comment. It was we lit up when we saw it. We
did.
Yeah, Sean noticed it first and was like, "Dude, we got a mad huge comment."
It was really funny. I woke up in the morning and checked my phone, and I'm like laying in bed, and I'm like, and I look at this comment, and I'm like, oh, that's kind of nice, and then I hit read more, and it's like, I'm like,
oh wow,
this is great.
I better go have a coffee.
Yeah. I had a coffee and sat down and read the whole thing. It was fantastic.
Yeah, it's fucking great. So Pelly, the first thing they wanted answered was, what do you think of the way All for One was used this season, both action-wise and writing-wise? And what do you expect of his character in season 8? Okay, so let's just kick it off with how we felt about him being used action-wise and writing-wise.
Yeah, I think I actually really like how they used him here.
Mm-hmm.
He's always been a little... He's always been very much the... I like to chill back, plan things out.
Use pawns.
Use the pawns, manipulate people, and we got to see a lot of that still in this season of him, especially in the manipulating part, with Spinner and...
Yeah, with Spinner
and Aoyama and all that, and his whole family and everything. And
and Endeavor.
The way he egged him on so much and fucked with him with the Toya stuff.
Yeah.
Him originally trying to take Toya and everything.
Yeah.
So he's still very much that, but we also got to see a lot of him breaking the usual mold of him as a character,
which is great. That
awesome.
was heavily due to Shigaraki, but also him having to be up in the action really forced a lot of the
Yeah, like him getting to be young again already brought like, you know,
so
life
much
into him as a character.
Like, man, it was so fun to watch that dynamic of him just being like, it feels so good to be young again.
Yeah,
like,
right.
He's just like,
it was great. And, getting to see him just like stealing quirks from random people was cool.
Like, he's like, yeah, fuck yeah, dude, give me that.
Yeah, right.
It was cool to see him in action, like properly in action against someone other than All Might.
Yeah, and like also acting less in the same way that he usually does, which is, you know, just kind of slow, maybe methodical kind of
He had to, like, because people were surprising him.
Yeah.
With, like, for example, like Jiro and blasting him.
Yeah,
and
right.
Hawks like getting hits at his neck, and
yeah,
he was like surprised. He was like having to actually react to these people who he thought were worthless.
Yeah, and so getting to see kind of like a different side of him, just being like, well, fuck it, you can't kill me. I'm in Rewind. Let me just go fucking insane. Let me just start using all I have, and it was really cool.
It was fucking awesome to see him like his full strength as well.
Yeah.
So that was kind of action wise, and then writing wise, like I think just having him as, I mean, writing wise is a confusing one because we didn't really get to see. He really was just trying to get back to Shigaraki.
Yeah.
Right. Like, I'm just trying to think on how to answer that properly.
Yeah. I mean, I think a lot of his character in this season especially was, I think a lot of it peaked in the last episode, to be honest. And just seeing him, for me at least, I just love seeing that breakdown of his character just being completely different, but still like unapologetically, I'm super fucking evil.
Yeah,
you know?
yeah, totally.
It's just great.
Yeah, I do think the last episode really did a lot to service that because we get to see him, and he also has like a level of confidence that's like ravenous.
Yeah.
He's not gonna let that go.
Yeah.
He's like, I'm doing this here right now. Like, this is gonna happen. I'm gonna kill you.
Yeah.
And you can just see the bloodlust in his like animated face and like his tone.
Yeah.
And that was thanks to the voice actors. And
yeah, true.
Like, yeah, I don't know. Writing wise, I think they did a great job to bring out this like chaotic evil side because all we've seen is his methodical planning side, and this season really brought out his I can fuck you up too.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna fucking do it without any care.
Yeah.
And I'm gonna do it happily. Which, like, we always knew that he took pleasure in all this, but it was kind of more like, yes, my plan is going amazingly. Yes.
Yeah.
My pawns are doing exactly as they're supposed to.
I have so many backup plans.
Dude,
you could never foresee anything.
Oh, you fucked that up? I got something else going on. You idiot, you big dummy. So to see him be like, I don't know, fearful for being smashed by Tokoyami, and then like because that was cool too, because we get to see him like different emotions from him too.
Yeah, we did.
Panic and like fear and arrogance, and
he felt. I mean, this is maybe a really weird thing to bring up, but like he felt almost in a way of like how Master Chief kind of shifted from like Halo 1, 2, and 3 into like 4 and 5 and beyond, where it's like he's very like maybe not stoic for All For One, but like he's very the same character up until this point, and then they start giving him life as a character, and they start just giving him a chance to maybe like be more of a character, I guess.
Yeah.
And it's like I just really appreciate when they do that, whether it works or not. Like I like when a writer can, you know,
give it a chance.
Give him a chance.
Give it a go. Yeah.
Give him a chance.
Yeah. To force him into a situation where he maybe normally wouldn't be.
Yeah.
Because of the finale and like this grand scale of it, where he's kind of needed to be there.
Yeah.
Was, I think, the perfect thing to do with him. And if he was like, for example, if they switched it up and he was like in the background the whole time, it wouldn't have had the same impact. But
like one of the things I love about him in the last episode here is that like he's yelling to All Might the whole time about how like I can crush you so fucking easily. You're nothing. You're quirkless. You're trash. Nothing. You're not. I'm seeing straight through your plan. I know you're just trying to distract me, and yet he's just he's taking all this time to fuck him up, you know, like it's working, and he's like, I know this was working, and he's like, it's like he's telling it to, it's like he's saying it to himself.
He's like trying to reasure himself.
Yeah, he's like, I know what you're fucking doing.
I'm not dumb.
I'm not dumb.
I'm not dumb, but I am gonna smack your fucking brains out.
Yeah. I'm also gonna make you suffer.
It's been fun watching like all that breakdown.
Yeah.
And then the other part, what do we expect of his character in season 8? I think he's gonna fucking murder All Might, and then he's gonna rush Izuku nearly as a baby, and then Izuku's gonna be thrown off for one single moment by All For One, and then they're gonna combine or something, and it's gonna be like this horrible like final monster Shigaraki All For One thing.
I don't know what to expect.
It's gonna be like baby all for one.
Yeah.
Like,
I do think he's gonna be a baby. That would be pretty epic.
Happen.
I mean, well, I don't know. I don't expect it to. Maybe I don't expect it to happen, but I want it to happen.
I think it's gonna be a child.
Yeah.
Like child.
I want to watch somebody step on him.
Child All For One.
Baby.
Squish him.
Squish a baby All For One. Yeah.
Like a bug.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's hard to predict because he's not even there yet. And honestly, All Might is pretty fucked up, so I don't think there's going to be much more of that.
I will throw out my prediction in that I think somehow he will be stopped before he gets to Izuku. Ooh. Because I don't see a world in which Izuku takes on Shigaraki, who he's currently in a stalemate with. Like, taking on him and All For One just seems insane. I mean, because if that happens, I genuinely just don't see a way in which there's a path to victory there. You know? I don't see it.
I just don't see the alternative. That's my thing. I'm like, who can
stop him? I don't either.
Who can stop him?
To be honest, but I see more of a chance of them somehow stopping him before he gets there than
I think
stopping him when he
story-wise
gets
that makes
there.
more sense.
Yeah.
Story-wise, it doesn't make sense for Izuku to have to fight them both.
I mean, I would be disappointed if he somehow gets to Izuku and like they have to nerf him somehow or dumb him down or like.
He's like,
yeah, like I don't
want that.
Yeah.
I want him to go out
just
as well as All Might.
I want him to be crushed almost. You know? Like I know I talked about him getting squashed as a baby,
but literally like broken down to like you can't do anything anymore.
Like I want to see that like
breakdown.
I want to see that failure in him. I don't want to see him just like some Deus Ex Machina just comes and stops him and like prevents him from you know what I mean? Like I want to see him get beat when he thinks he's still the best. Because I think that would be a really interesting way of like dealing with All For One as a character.
That's what we expect.
That's what we expect.
There you go. Done. We expect him to be totally broken down and defeated before reaching Izuku.
Yeah.
That's our expectation.
Yep.
But we'll see. We'll see. Fuck, I don't know, man.
Yeah, who knows?
All right. Based on the directions of the fights that have taken wait. Sorry.
Redo.
Oh, no, I'm stupid. Based on the directions the fights have taken so far, how do you think the remaining battlefields are going to pan out? Besides the two big ones, there's also Aoyama and Fat Gum versus Kaneda?
Yeah, I remember.
Plant Guy, which is, we saw his hair, which is cool. Takoba National Stadium, where the extra boys Sero, Ojiro, and Sato are.
Okay.
And also whatever happened to Mike Aizawa Kirigiri after being teleported. Wow, that's a big one.
Okay, I mean, I'll start, I guess, with the Fat Gum.
Yeah, Fat Gum and Plant Boy.
Yeah. To be completely honest, I don't think that's gonna be. I think it'll be maybe like a third of an episode.
I don't think it's going to be a big thing. It'll just show them, like, good work, everybody.
Yeah, I mean, we might get something, but, like, listen, the place that we've been put in, story-wise, where the show is right now, we have All Might versus All For One. We have Deku versus Shigaraki. You're not about to tell me that Fat Gum and Plant Guy and Aoyama is going to be the third battlefield here that's on level with the other two. whatever it is, it's not gonna be a big thing. I don't think.
I think it'll just be in the like when we're wrapping it up. Like they're gonna show maybe what happened or like their aftermath of what happened. People being like, oh.
I mean, the plant guy seemed important somehow. Like they seemed to like.
They did show him for like a minute, and they were growing those weird sprouts on them and shit.
Which is why I think that they might have a moment of some sort more than just like cutting to him dead on the ground. Like good work.
Good work, Woodman.
God, those plants were real pain.
Man, those plants that were growing on us, that sucked. Yeah. Remember when they did all this off screen?
Yeah, right. No, I think there's gonna be something, but I don't know where to even. I don't know
where to go and when, and it's hard to like place something so minuscule comparatively to the biggest two fights that we're ever gonna see.
Yeah,
it's like it's weird that they didn't clear it up before, honestly.
Yeah, like I feel like if they were gonna deal with this in like a bigger way, they would have done it.
They would have done it already. I think it'll be like maybe like a quick cut to that. Yeah. For like a minute. Maybe just to theorize, All Might's like fucking on his last he's like, oh, and he's like, how's everybody else? Oh, everyone else is doing really good. We're doing it. Like, we're winning.
Yeah.
Great. And then he's dead. You know what I mean? Like, it's like one last moment of like serenity. Like, oh, we're winning. And then he gets fucking clocked and he's dead.
And he's dead, yeah.
That's my prediction.
Yeah.
And then Tacoba National Stadium. Yeah,
kind of like an equal thing.
I think those will be like right next to each other. Like they're gonna same example, right? Like how's everything going? I feel like someone's gonna radio in and be like, hey, like what are we doing? Like is everyone else doing well?
Yeah, it's gonna be a radio
Spinner
call.
had a constant like update of like
true.
So but we haven't really seen that from the hero side that much.
Don't worry about it.
Okay. We haven't really seen that from the hero side, but I feel like a check-in is bound to happen at some point.
Yeah.
Like even like the family, like Endeavor. What's their last name again? Oh my god.
Who?
And like the Endeavor family.
The Todoroki.
Todoroki. Yeah. Fucking Jesus. Sorry, everybody.
Yeah. Be sorry.
Yeah. No, I know.
You're not good with names.
No, wait. Is that no? The last name. Todoroki's last name.
That is their last name.
Todoroki.
Yeah.
Shoto. Holy fuck, dude.
That's
Somebody shoot me in the brain. God. Okay. Todorokis. The Todorokis. They
listen, guys, it's been a long time.
Yeah, sorry. I don't film for this long usually. Like maybe they're cleaning up. They're like getting Gabi into a fucking like I don't know, fucking shelter thing, and they're like, how's everybody else doing? Should we go anywhere else? And, oh, everything's clearing up over here. Everything's clearing up over here.
Putting Gabi in a coffin, putting him in a
no, he's gonna be fine.
Fridge.
They're gonna put into the freezer.
We'll thaw you out later.
And then Micah Aizawa and Kirigiri.
That one, I think,
that one's gonna get a bigger moment.
Absolutely gonna get a bigger moment.
Yeah, definitely. Like I think that's gonna be like a big discussion that's gonna happen, and Kirigiri's like, I don't know what's going on, guys.
I don't even know what to even think about that one. Like I don't know where that's gonna go.
I don't know where it's gonna lead.
Yeah.
I think
like what's even the outcome of that? Like best
they're the
scenario.
ones that stop all for one.
Ooh, I like that.
That would make sense, guys.
Who do they pick up? So if they say, okay, we got Kirigiri on our side, we need some people.
Everybody.
But who?
Everybody, man.
What do you mean?
Everybody's left.
Who's left?
Todoroki.
They're all on the ground, like basically dead.
Kind of
done. Isn't almost everyone in
Everyone's
the class
pretty fucking done.
Fucked up.
Yeah.
Unless they pick up we get Fat Gum, Aoyama, fucking Tailman, Sero.
They get their moment.
The rest of the class get their moment, but against fucking All for One, that would be pretty fucking.
That'd be cool.
Sick.
That'd be cool to see.
Yeah, that would be pretty sick. Kind of more of that extras thing.
Yeah.
Where it's like, oh yeah.
And he's getting beat by the extras.
He's getting
because he's been mocking them the whole time.
Yeah,
that could work.
Prime All for One's getting beat by a bunch of extras and a guy
without
quirks.
This is how it's supposed to happen.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That could be pretty fucking metal.
There you go.
Yeah.
Dude, we just compiled everything into one answer.
Yep.
Holy shit.
God, we're so good at this.
God, fuck.
Fuck, dude. Jeez.
And with the end finally in sight, what do you think this story can tell, not only for its ending, but also its aftermath / epilogue? Wow. I don't know, man. I like obviously at the very beginning, this is how I become the best hero. Right?
Yeah.
So we're obviously seeing that, but I think as an overarching, like, this is the message to take away.
Yeah, well, that whole thing of him saying that has also shifted a little bit, and I think some people maybe also have taken it a little out of context in a way, where it's like, when he says that, he says, like, this is the story of how I became the world's greatest hero. But, like, a lot of people seem to have interpreted that as the number one hero, which is not really what he said, you know? Like, I could see him being the greatest hero by, like, beating the, as they've called Shigaraki many times, the greatest villain. And then they die, you know?
Yeah, I guess because people, I know when I first heard that, I was like, oh, I guess he's probably going to survive then.
Right.
But as I've watched, I'm like, well...
I mean, the hero ranking in general is kind of a weird system.
Made up system.
Yeah.
It's just like capitalism.
Okay, man.
Sorry. Anyway. Back to the point.
Yeah, it's interesting to think about what, I mean, if we're talking about themes of the show that will have to be maybe either talked about now or discussed that haven't been already before, I think just like the pure, like, I don't know if ignorance is the right word of like people.
Yeah, it's gonna be like a lot of societal, like because like with the spinner stuff like that.
Yeah.
And then even with that's why I feel like Toga's gonna live.
Yeah.
Is right. when you're picturing the finale and they're like talking about the aftermath, I picture Toga and Ochako like hanging out together and they're like talking about how society needs to change, and then they have like fucking oh my god, I can't the terms, man. I'm gone. My brain's gone. With a fucking what's Octoman? What is he?
Heteromorph.
The heteromorph.
Yeah.
Fucking Jesus, guys. Sorry, they're gonna like heteromorphs like getting jobs and like working and like all together with society normally. And, right, like that just that's like the path, and it's like.
Yeah, right. Like, I mean, I feel like a lot of these things that we've talked about in season 7 so far, and some of the things you and I have just talked about in general. But, you know, like Toga, her storyline, and like Shoji and all that. Like, I think a lot of those storylines lead straight back to what caused Shigaraki to become the person he is.
And that's why I think we're gonna see also like preventative, because right now it's like we need heroes to deal with the fucking like bad guys. Yeah. But there's no like.
Well, like how do you stop these people from being bad guys? Yeah.
Which right? I'm learning this in school, guys. In psychology, there's primary, secondary, and tertiary defenses for handling big problems in society. Primary is like directly telling, for example, like parents with their kids. If the kids are having problems that are like a bigger scale, and people are noticing like, oh, a bunch of kids are being iPad babies. Right. Uh-oh, that's bad. We don't want that. Let's tell the parents directly so that they can deal with that. Right. But then the secondary is like, let's make sure that the teachers, you know what I mean? Like, make sure the teachers spread a good message of like, maybe we shouldn't be on our fucking digital things, and they can talk to the parents, and then Tertiary is the after the fact. Right, it's too late. Kids are addicted to their fucking iPads.
It's doomed already.
It's too late. We have to find ways to stop them from doing that now. Like, gotcha. Okay. You know what I mean? We're doomed.
So, I mean, the way
so they've only done tertiary. Right. Basically, like there are bad guys. We deal with the bad guys. Yeah. They aren't like, okay, well maybe during schools like we can pick out. Right. Like, oh, this one's a little problematic. Let's help them. Like, you know what I mean? Like, we haven't seen any of that.
I mean, one of the things I think I would like to see from the aftermath of this is a complete doing away with the hero ranking system.
I would love to see that.
Yeah.
Because it's been like, and Stain has been a prominent figure.
Yeah.
And like, I feel like even.
What if Stain comes in to help All Might?
That would be fucking awesome.
Sorry, I don't know if that picked up in the mic. What if Stain comes in to help All Might?
That would be fucking awesome.
That would be so fucking cool.
That would be such
Sorry,
a.
that
would be a huge roundabout.
Because he's near. Is he?
Yeah, he is, because he saw Ida and.
Right.
And
so
Shoto.
they're probably close by-ish.
Because All Might like was able to radio in to
yeah, true.
them. He would have had to be in range.
Yeah.
They
point.
go off. Stain was there. So bold.
So yeah, true. Fuck. Okay. Anyway,
That'd be cool, man.
yeah. Back to the point though. Like the hero ranking system, because a lot of it was like, oh yeah, everyone looks up to this one guy, this one man, All Might, which caused so many problems because people were getting complacent. They thought like, oh yeah, just, and like they were becoming complacent, also dehumanizing him as a person and just seeing him as only the symbol of peace and not the person behind it. And like, so when he fell, everything just kind of starts falling apart, to be honest.
Mm-hmm.
So like having a ranking system kind of just does the same thing, because you're always going to have a number one hero.
Yeah.
And even if they're not at the level of All Might, which Endeavor never was, but like...
There was always examples of how that system was wrong.
Yeah.
And caused problems.
Yeah.
So I think it's going to be more open.
Yeah.
Since like less rankings and more like people help because they want to help.
Yeah, right?
Like, yeah. So I'd like to see that.
I'd like to see that, yeah, for sure.
It's a more people are helping other people because they want to, and we're not, just kicking the shit out of every bad guy we see. It's
right.
It's like restorative, like, and
yeah.
and less violence induced and more helping,
yeah,
saving, which is kind of what we're seeing. Not this episode, but
the
two episodes before. It was
yeah.
like, yeah, even like someone like Toga who is killed, drinking blood, fucking deceived. Like,
yeah.
It can be, retributed.
Yeah.
Or whatever, right?
I don't think that's the right word.
Nope.
I also can't think of it.
But it's
yeah, it's an R word.
Redeemed. Holy mackerel,
guys!
Dude, we're done.
Okay.
That was it. I think that answers that.
That was it. Yeah.
Yeah.
Cool. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I can't think of. It's hard to predict what are the things I feel the show is. I mean, besides the society impacts
of this societal thing.
I think it's mainly going to be the society as a whole as something that we deal with in the aftermath.
Yep.
Because
it's obviously been problematic.
Shigaraki can't be around as a being on this earth,
No.
like, right? Like, you can't. I'll bring it up again. I couldn't sleep at night if that thing was alive.
Yeah, knowing that one day the whole earth below me could just crumble.
Yeah. Like, not gonna happen.
No. But his message.
Message could be heard.
Echo, because society never saved him, never helped him, never did anything.
Yeah.
So they could crumble the society theoretically. And I think it would be a really good way of doing that for Deku to take that upon himself after this battle. If he lives.
Yeah, if he lives. I genuinely could see a world in which Deku goes out with Shigaraki here. Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. But that also would mean he'd have to have his, like, greatest hero moment,
For everyone to see.
Yeah.
The business class. Oh, fuck, ow. The business class, just like...
Right? Yeah. I mean, they're live streaming.
Yep.
LeBron live streaming it all, so, like...
But they're in a fucking tornado. You can't see shit.
Yeah.
But, whatever.
The greatest hero, he's probably in there.
There he is.
He's probably doing something really cool in that tornado. It's like trying to film Venus. It's like, get in there.
Trying to film Venus. NASA's like, fuck. It's just tornadoes. What the fuck?
Get in there closer, guys. There's probably something really cool happening in there.
Okay. We're done. We're done, everybody.
I think we're done. Yeah. This season, overall,
fucking fantastic, man. Yeah, again, didn't think they were gonna beat Overhaul.
No,
that was peak for me. But now this is top tier, man.
I think this is just the best season this show has done.
Really set the bar for other media.
Yeah. Ooh, fuck, man.
Oh man.
But geez, season 8.
Yep.
Coming next year.
Gonna be good.
Coming next fucking year. Jesus.
Yeah, I actually have to wait this time.
I have to wait. This is the first time he's waiting because we've taken so long for him to catch up.
Yeah.
By the time he's like watched half a season, there was like a season and a half already out.
Yeah.
So yeah, this is the first time, and now you know the pain. You've already experienced the pain of having to wait for it weekly.
Yeah.
But you know, now we have the extra pain, the real bad pain.
Yeah.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, good stuff.
But yeah, and let us know what you think of our format for this video, I guess. I mean, it was really scuffed. Like I said, you should see the rest of the room. It's
it's a mess. We got some cleaning to do.
It looks like somebody just rolled in here and like just destroyed
robbed us.
It genuinely looks like we've been robbed. Yeah, fully and completely honestly. But I think this was pretty fun. I don't know.
I love talking.
I love talking. Yeah.
Especially about stuff I like.
Fun. Yeah. It's a
when
good time.
Stuff I don't like, it's a little harder, but I can still do it.
Fair. Yeah. Fair opinion there.
But no, I'm really curious to hear any criticisms or feedback or anything that you guys felt. Like if you want to leave your opinions, we'd love to read them.
Yep. I promise it won't be a scuff next time if we do this again. I swear it.
Can you promise that?
I can promise that.
Don't make a girl promise you can't keep.
I will make a promise because I know I can keep it.
Yeah, we'll do better. But
if you watch Arcane, we'll probably just use that room.
As long as I have it.
Yeah.
You should go watch Arcane, by the way.
Yes.
Shameless plug. Go.
That should be out
awesome.
by the time this is up.
Probably.
Yeah. I don't see a world in which I somehow finish this when the Arcane video is done.
Yeah, Arcane's probably more important.
Yeah.
Prioritize.
Yeah.
At least episode 1.
The Arcane video's done. I just need to make a thumbnail and render it. Yeah.
You should, man.
I should do that. Dude, I should totally upload Arcane. I should totally do that.
Anyway. Yeah, feedback would be great, guys.
Yeah.
We love that. But yeah, hopefully you enjoyed. If you sat through the whole thing, I don't know, we'll get you a PS5.
Don't say that, man. Don't say that. You're gonna get us in trouble. Fuck.
You know, we really appreciate it, and I don't know. I'm just excited that people are listening to us talk.
We'll eventually do a PS5 giveaway.
Well, now we have to.
Now we have to.
I've locked us in.
Yeah, okay.
Sorry, man.
I'll hide a code throughout this video, and if you decipher it, we'll give you a PS5 whenever we do a giveaway.
It's like a Black Ops 6 zombies like Easter egg. Yeah. Oh, you didn't think to look at the snail on the wall? That was, the slimed in the letter R. That's for a code on the bank. What the fuck do you mean you didn't look? Okay, we gotta end this video.
Yeah. I just realized there's been cum there the whole time.